Macamagab, everybody. It is the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast with me, Dr. Funk, and with me is.
Oh, yeah! Happy St. Patrick's Day, you fuckers out there, be it Irish or not. Enjoy.
How you doing, Ian?
I am blarmy. I'm doing pretty fucking good. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm drunk the way a good Irishman should be. And, man, holy shit. It's you, me, Dick Twatkins, ranking the BOC studio albums. What a better way to spend St. Patrick's Day, man. There's nothing better.
Dick Twatkins. Dick Twatkins is here.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Yes.
Let's see if your scream will work this week.
How's it look?
Looks good.
Yeah, look good.
Awesome. Is that titillating?
Yeah. Show me your tits.
Hang on. No, I'm not showing you the tits. I'll just show you my badass point of entry t-shirt. How about that?
Right on.
Nice.
Check that out.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it now. Come on, let it go. Nope.
Nothing? Oh,
no can do.
Zoom, you
No
suck.
Dude, you got to figure out the settings. I'll tell you about it later because you'll be back again. You're doing a pretty good fucking job.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Cool. But no, this is amazing. I'm so happy to be with you two guys talking about BOC on St. Patrick's Day, the best holiday in the fucking world. Because I mean, seriously, who has been more oppressed than the Irish? You know, give me another race that's had it tougher than the Irish.
Maybe the blacks. I don't know. African Americans.
No, they got huge dongs. They got huge dongs.
True.
Yeah. Try again. The Indians, no, they got casinos. No, nobody has it tougher than the Irish. You know, so to all you mix out there, you Mick Twatkins.
Yes.
Well, then
Happy St. Paddy's Day.
Well, then I'm very glad I'm not Irish, man, because I don't want it back.
Yeah, no, you guys got it good.
Us Spicks got it good. Hey.
Yeah, you guys came over from Cuba like a Studebaker that was turned into a submarine. We floated over on like 3 potatoes.
I'll let you know the Cubans that are in Cuba now are much worse off than Irish. Believe me, you.
Nah, they got better food.
No, they don't. They don't got no food.
All right, well, this is a whole nother episode then.
That's right.
But fuck it, man. We're here to talk about BOC, man. Everybody loved last week's episode with the great Mick Watkins, Dick Twatkins.
That's right.
Man. And I just found out he was Irish. I had no idea. I should have known because he sent me dick pics. But I had no idea.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, I resized it, I remastered it, it does the trick. It's something to jerk off to.
I mean, I shaved for you.
Yeah. No, it made it look bigger.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, it's awesome. I'm so happy to do this and be with you guys today. Happy about the reception from last week's episode. Everybody loved having Mick.
That's awesome.
And this is the episode that we initially, picked you out for. Because you are a massive BOC fan.
I am. Love them. One of my top 5 bands of all time, for sure.
Fucking A, right.
Dude.
So, yeah, this is going to be a good one. But, man, I got to say, everything's been going good. It's been a good week. Great reception in the last couple episodes. Facebook page, doing great.
Oh, man.
But
never better.
But I think we have a mole on the inside. Not on the Facebook page. Mind you, and Ralph, you probably don't see this, and you probably wouldn't know, and Mickey might not know about this. But I get it because I post the shows. I'm the one that has the Podbean account. And I get shit when people send Podbean reviews. And we have somebody called Tango Bango.
Uh-oh.
And I was talking about it last week, and I was too drunk. I couldn't remember the name, like this Tango Bango. keeps leaving review after review and keeps following us, which is weird because you get a notification once when somebody follows you, and that's it. So they must follow, unfollow, follow, unfollow, follow, unfollow, blah, blah, blah. And it's the weirdest comments. And a lot of them are like, I like you guys so much you could fuck my sister. And I was like, what?
Whoa.
What movie is that? Full Metal Jacket. Anyway. So it's the weirdest reviews, and started out praising you and me, or I should say Ralph and I. But then it starts sliding more towards a former member of the show. And I think a former member of the show, who I know still listens to this day, is Tango Bango. At first, I thought he was this dude from Canada who left us some really cool messages. But it's getting so weird and so erratic. I think it has to be somebody who's mentally disabled. So I'm thinking it is a former member of the show. But if I'm wrong.
I don't think so, because doesn't have the mental capacity and the sense of humor to say you can bang my sister.
Well, see, I thought that at first, but now the reviews have started changing to where it's praising him and calling us Cheech and Chong. And
then it's definitely him.
Beavis and Butthead kind of thing. So I'm kind of, but if I'm wrong, if Tango Bango, who has like a profile pic that is Jeff Spicoli from Fast Times, if you're somebody else, please join the Facebook page and let us know who you are and blah, blah, blah. You know, if I'm wrong, fine. But if not, then I know who this is. And again, thanks for the views. Thanks for the numbers. I love our numbers being high. I'm a numbers whore, so at least we know you're still listening. But if you're somebody else, hey, reach out, let me know. Like, no, don't compare me to that motherfucker. I'm this motherfucker. Anyway, we've been getting a shit ton of reviews. But everybody, be it on YouTube or fucking Podbean, has loved these episodes we've been putting up lately. Our YouTube numbers have been just incredible. But what I've noticed, shit ton of numbers, so on the likes. If you take the time to watch the video, I don't care if you're on your phone or on your computer. It's real easy to go to the thing, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ding that little bell. I know we got a lot of virgins here. Ding the bell. It's like the clitoris, and that gives you all the notifications.
You got to talk to the kids out there, Ian.
Yeah.
So let me do it for you. This is to get the young people to subscribe to us, all right? And like the video. Yo, smash that shit. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Click that note. Smash that notification bell. You know why? Because it's good for the YouTube algorithms.
Yep. See, help the anal rhythm. Hit that shit. Let us know you like it. But I do love that people are fucking leaving comments and stuff. I even like the bad comments. Even when somebody leaves a shitty comment, I still like it because I'm like, hey, thanks for playing. I like the guy that fucked with Dick Twatkins about not including Power Slave. And you commented, I saw that, I loved it. But no, I love that people are checking out the show any way they can. Whether, the traditional version, the podcast where Ralph adds the music and everything, or you just say, fuck it, I'm lazy, and I want to see you guys visually and masturbate and watch it on YouTube. Hey, just hit a like. Hit a like. That's all I ask. Hit a like. It does help the anal rhythms, and your mother appreciates it. But yeah, other than that, Mick, have you got laid a lot more since, you've been on the show?
Dude, it's crazy. I got laid last weekend for the first time in a while, actually. So yeah, dude, it's going straight up the roof. It's crazy.
See?
Thank you guys. It's all fucking because of Wadzilla and Dr. Fuck, or Dr. Fucking Wadzilla. I mean,
there you go. Don't get in trouble. Yeah. Don't get in trouble.
Hey, I'm not.
Let's cut the deck. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
But also you got to add some Mick Watkins in there because all our other guests never got laid.
Yeah.
Damn. Look at that.
Yeah. Most of our guests haven't even smelled a pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Congrats.
So Mick, you got a lot to do with getting laid from us.
Hey, that's fucking awesome.
Because
That's cool.
We suck at getting our guests laid.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work.
Jeff Beers did
Terrence.
smell a pussy, but he got sent to jail too for it. So,
ooh, oh god,
we got to get Jeff Beers back. And you know who we got to get on this show? I've reached out to him. You know, it's St. Patty's Day, and we're talking about mix. We got to get the muscle-bound leprechaun himself back on TikTok man.
You got TikTok, yeah.
You got
TikTok man.
You got
No, I sent him a thing on Facebook. That motherfucker goes on Facebook like it's fucking leap year. You know, like every 4 years. But hopefully he still listens to the show. So TikTok, man, I sent you a fucking message on the Facebook. You know, come on. It's not like it's TikTok. It's going to be out loud. Go on Facebook. Answer me back. Let's get your fucking Irish. You know he's Irish, right? Because the motherfucker's like 3'8", fucking, you know, red hair. And but he's built like a brick shit house. He'd beat the shit out of any of us.
Definitely Irish.
TikTok man, we got to get TikTok man back.
We got to get TikTok man really soon because I read in the news they're trying to cancel TikTok. The Chinese,
yeah.
So we got to get him here soon.
Yeah. Well, I had a feeling he was like half Irish and half TikTok because I saw him in the bathroom. I was like pissing next to him. I was like, yeah. You sure? But yeah, TikTok man, fucking hit me back, motherfucker. So anyway, that's that. Facebook page has been great. We've got a lot of new people joining the Facebook page, which I love. You know, everything's been good. A good mix on there. Good reception to the last videos.
No stupid drama.
Yeah. It's been good. It's been good. People just fucking enjoying shit.
That's what it should be.
Fuck it. Let's go into the news, shall we?
It's good.
What's going on here? Okay, the new lineup of Kingdom Come performed live for the first time.
This is
holy shit. I don't know what VFW this was at, but God, you know, first of all, you don't have Lenny Wolf. Okay, so you lost 5 people there. You don't have James Kotex anymore. So nobody cares. Who the fuck cares about this lineup of Kingdom Come? Ralph,
who the fuck cares about the original lineup? Really?
Right. Well, Ralph, you're the only guy that saw these guys live.
Yeah.
What did you think live? I mean, I don't love them. I don't hate them like most people do. I think they were of the time. Was there anything nice about them when you saw them at Monsters Rock?
No, they completely sucked. The crowd didn't like them, throwing shit at them the whole time. You know, I'm this fucking young metalhead that has never seen Metallica before, and that's why I'm there. And I have to sit through these. I went all the way up front for Metallica, and I had to sit through their crap. But yeah, people were pelting them with paper cups and stuff, and they weren't good. To me, it was just generic crap. It was like forgettable, like a bar band thing, you know, like a bar band that lasted like, 3 gigs.
Like even then, you know, what was that, 88?
Yeah.
Even then you're like, no, I'm too mature for this crap.
This is garbage. And
that was the first time you saw Metallica?
Yep. They never came down here with Cliff, man. The Ultimate Tour. When it came here, Metallica already left to Europe, and I got Queensryche Rage for Order tour, which was cool too. But I wish I could have seen them with Cliff.
How was Metallica that day?
Unbelievable! They blew everybody away. Dokken came out and they sucked, and I love Dokken. I love it. But dude, you hear any interview from Don Dokken? He's always slamming those Monsters of Rock performances. Because he wanted to go on before Metallica. And Metallica was just slaughtering them. And they really didn't put no effort into it. The whole band felt like they were just coasting. And I saw Dokken many times before that, and they always ruled. They were always great.
What about Scorpions? How were they on that?
They were good. They were great. They weren't as good as Metallica, but they were great. You know, because they didn't play too much off Savage Amusement yet. I had to sit there. Let's spend the night together. The rhythm of love. I didn't hear that garbage.
You know what's great, and I might have mentioned this before, but I'll never forget. In 8th grade, my uncle taking me to get my 8th grade graduation like outfit, which is funny. I think I posted pictures on the page before, but I'll post again. It's total Miami Vice.
Nice.
I mean, I've got like a pink shirt underneath, and I've got like, it's not like leopard skin jacket, but it's kind of like those colors, and I got the sleeves pushed up. But he took me to get that, and then he took me to a record store, and I actually got on cassette. I got Savage Amusement and OU812.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was still trying. I was like, I'm like, maybe it'll get better. Maybe it'll get better. But yeah, I remember getting those. I still like Savage Amusement. Even though I know it sucks, I still like it, you know.
Yeah. There's definitely worse out there.
That's where they lost me. I didn't go back to the Scorpions to their last album. I thought everything they did since Savage Amusement was horrible.
But I'll tell you what, though. I liked, and I still to this day don't think I've heard it in its entirety. But what was the one after the one with the fucking Gorky Park song?
The Crazy World?
Crazy. I didn't buy that.
No, I didn't buy anything after that. And I saw the tour when they really radically changed.
Oh, that Eye to Eye?
And yeah, and they only played one song from it. They were opening for Motley Crue, and Motley Crue on that tour was allowing everybody to bring in their video camera.
Yeah.
So I filmed the whole Scorpions and the whole Motley Crue set. That was when they had Randy Castillo.
Man, I bet that was awesome.
New Tattoo wasn't out yet, though.
Right.
Yeah, Randy Castillo, much better drummer than Tommy Lee. And that's Jesus said that, not me.
Nah, yeah, Jesus is wrong.
Okay. But yeah, Crazy World. That shit was horrible. Horrible. I remember seeing like the debut on Headbangers Ball of Tease Me, Please Me. I was like, no.
Ugh. Yeah.
No.
Not my Scorpions.
Yeah.
I like one of the tracks on it. I like the song, what's it called? Kicks After 6. I think that's a cool song.
I don't know.
Never.
Oh, you don't know that one?
Never.
Check it out. I think it's pretty decent.
All right. Next story. Oh, here's one a lot of people are goofing about. And I'm going to let you guys take this because I got to piss already. I've been drinking for a while, man. It's fucking St. Patty's Day. But did you guys see Sebastian Bach perform Shot in the Dark with Phil Sausosun?
Phil Susan?
Yeah, him.
No, I have not.
I haven't seen it either, man.
Oh. All right. Shit. Well, now I got to find another story before I piss my pants on. Anyway, a lot of people said it sucked. I didn't think it was that great, but then again, I took into consideration it's filmed on an iPhone, blah, blah, blah. iPhones suck. Just ask Mick Twatkins. Holy fucking shit. Did any of you guys hear the new John Bon Jovi song?
No,
I have.
I saw he has a new song out, but why would I want to listen to that?
All right. Dick Twatkins, you talk about this. I got to go pee.
Okay, yeah. A couple days ago when I got off work, I rushed home and I had to take a huge shit. All right. So when I'm sitting there on the toilet taking a dump, I was scrolling through, my phone, and then I seen on Facebook that they had fucking released some like latest track, brand new Bon Jovi. And for the record, I'm not a Bon Jovi fan. I think they fucking blow. But anyway, out of morbid curiosity, I was like, you know what? Let's just hear it and see what it sounds like. Listen to it. Complete fucking trash. Complete garbage as expected.
How's his voice?
Auto-tune to death.
Oh, okay.
Auto-tune to death. I mean, Yeah, not good, not good, not good at all. But your boy's still in the band. What's the guy that you always post the picture of? The keyboard player.
David Bryan.
David Bryan's in the band, dude, and his hair is all permed out, still shaking, all the fucking soul glow's dripping off of it.
I like
Yeah.
the early pictures, the Jufro.
Oh, the Jufro, yeah.
And he would wear like torn up clothes, like it's like
Right.
so dated looking, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you really don't look good.
No, you don't look cool at all. No, like what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. It was awful. Don't waste your time. Yeah. I
Yeah,
got
no,
through
no,
to what?
no. It's comedy, dude. You got to check it out. It's so fucking bad.
I'll check it out. But come on.
Yeah.
But even like by Bon Jovi standards, it's
Oh,
so
it's
fucking bad.
it's
And
worse
you
than
know,
their worst. Yeah.
did you know they got a brother in Bon Jovi now?
Yeah, I seen him.
Yeah, yeah, that plays percussion. You
Yeah.
know, putting a brother in Bon Jovi is like putting an Asian in a fucking porno. Like, why? Why? Why hurt this person?
Right. You're not
You
adding
know,
much to the situation. Yeah.
and like, and if you see this brother, uh, in the video, he's adding as much to this song as like John Stamos in the fucking Kokomo video by the Beach Boys. He's just like in the background, like, hey, here I am. Here
Right.
I am. Oh my God, it's so bad. Bon Jovi fans. That's
I've,
they need to be beat. I mean, like beat down.
Why?
I mean, seriously though. I mean, what the fuck did they add to society?
Yeah,
Beat them down.
but they got Down syndrome. Be nice.
I know, but well, beat them down with a bag of dicks so they'll smile while they're getting the shit kicked out of them. I don't know.
Asian
It's
dicks.
it's fucking horrible. Yeah. A fucking sack of dicks and oranges, so don't leave bruises. But goddamn, fucking Bon Jovi. Oh, that shit's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
But it's called Legendary. That's the funny thing. Holy shit.
What
All right.
the album's called Legendary?
No, the album's called Forever. The song is Legendary.
Man.
Yeah, it's fuck.
He's really going for it.
Two words that don't go well with Bon Jovi: Legendary and Forever.
Right.
I don't want to hear either one of those follow Bon Jovi.
I do want to watch the documentary though.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that shit like a motherfucker, dude. Because I'm like, I want to laugh. I love a good fucking comedy, and you don't get many comedies anymore because everything's so PC and shit. But watching some shit on Bon Jovi, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. And you know what's funny is I loved Bon Jovi when fucking Slippery and Wet came out. Loved that shit. I remember getting so mad. It was like 6th or 7th grade. My buddy's sister went, and a bunch of like older kids went to go see it. I think it's when Cinderella was opening up for Bon Jovi. And I was like, oh fuck, man. By the time New Jersey came out, I was like, this is terrible. And I was like 14. I was like, this shit's terrible.
That's pretty bad.
not good at all. Yeah. I was still listening to a lot of horrible music at that age, and I already knew like, But a band I do love, and I'm not sure how Ralph feels, and I have no fucking idea how Mick Twatkins feels about this shit. But Shadows Fall just did a reunion show where they played The War Within in its entirety for the 20th anniversary. Not my favorite Shadows Fall album. I think the one before that, something Balance. I fucking love that album. And I'm a Shadows Fall fan. Do either of you guys like Shadows Fall?
No. I've seen them a bunch of times, and they were kind of hit and miss. Sometimes they were good. Sometimes they were
really.
Well, yeah, I used to see Shadows Fall before they were big opening. Well, they were never really big, but I never seen Shadows Fall headline a show. I seen them maybe like 6 times. They were constantly down here opening for Deicide, the heavier bands, Cannibal Corpse they opened for, and Yeah, they opened for King Diamond once. But the thing about them is like some shows were good. I thought they were pretty like the first couple times I saw them, they were good. Then after that, it became well, the last time I saw them was good, but like there was like 2 or 3 times in between that were god awful. But no, I never ventured to buy any of their music.
Mick, are you a fan at all?
I'm not really a fan of theirs at all, but I will say at the time when they were hitting their strides, I remember it's probably back in like 03, 04, 05. I'm, not really a fan of theirs, but I will say that I do think they kind of helped started bringing metal back in the right direction again. After the Limp Bizkit, Corn, new
Yeah.
metal, like they started adding solos again, and more metal progressions and stuff. So I'll give them that because I think they were kind of like some of the like leaders of the new wave of American heavy metal back then. So I'll give them credit where credit's due.
They call them like new wave of American thrash and shit, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I remember reading reviews. I think is it the End of Balance or something Balance?
Was it the Art of Balance?
Art of Balance.
Maybe.
Okay, so I started seeing all these reviews, and they said like the best thing to happen to metal since Metallica, for like thrash and shit like that. I was like, well, that's a pretty bold statement.
It is.
But I was like, fuck it, let me give it a chance. And that album, dude, from top to bottom, I just fucking loved. And went back, checked out their first album had another singer. And then they got Brian Flair, I believe his name is the Dreadlock motherfucker.
Yeah, the Dreadlock guy, yeah.
Yeah. But man, I really dug it. But the albums after that, they got a little bit lighter and lighter.
Right.
And I wasn't like, but man, that one album I really loved. And I met Jason Bittner when I met all of Overkill and shit, and he's their drummer. I was like, man, I love you guys. I was like, I had a chance to see you open up for Damage Plan, before Dime got killed. And I'm like, I didn't make it because it was like on a Wednesday and shit like that. He's like, well, we did like, 6 other tours after that. What the fuck? But he did it like in a funny, like he's from Massachusetts. He's a asshole. It was kind of funny. But I mean, he's an amazing drummer.
Yeah.
But I mean, just incredible drummer. I love what he's doing in Overkill. Of course, their guitar player, one of their 2 guitar players, John Dias or whatever, is in Anthrax now. Yep. And is much better than what they allow him to be. I wish they'd let him do some writing. I think it would be even better. But so I would like to see something from those guys. But anyway, they did The War Within, the album after, which I didn't like as much as the one before it.
Mm-hmm. I've seen them at like Ozfest 03
Oh,
or
you saw
04.
them too?
I did, yeah, back then 03, 04. And I thought they were
in Ozfest?
I believe so, yeah. Like either 03 or 04. Or maybe 05. One of those years. Yeah. And I thought they were pretty decent. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's a motherfucker walking it back. Fucking Mick Mars on Motley Crue. And around, I think you did a video on this I haven't seen yet. But he says, I can't say it's my end of my association or even being in the band with Motley Crue. And I know there was like talk like, he's willing to write with them again. Like, what the fuck is going on there? Remember when it first happened? He's like, fuck those motherfuckers when they're all on drugs. I kept this shit together and fuck them. And now he's like, I could be in Motley Crue. I don't know. What the fuck's going on here, Ralph? You know the answer. Money?
No, I don't know. All I know is that this whole Team Mick thing was ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like Team Mick. Mick Mars is the guy that said, hey, if we ever get back together, I'm going to buy everybody a free ticket. Everybody seems to forget that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, if you're going to blame Nikki Sixx, Tommy Lee, Vince Steele, and not Mick Mars, you're a retard. You're a fucking Bon Jovi fan.
Yeah. You know who I'm team? I'm team Paul Bailoff. Paul Bailoff used to beat the shit out of fucking Motley Crue fans. I'm team Bailoff.
Yeah.
He would cut the fringe off their fucking jackets.
I'm team ex-wives of Motley Crue. who are bleeding them dry, that are making them go out there and fucking That's on Team Ex-Wives of Motley Crue.
That is funny. Be on Team of the Ex-Wives, who force people like Stephen Kirsch and to go out there and pay money to go see these guys live. I love you, Stephen Kirsch. God damn it, but people who pay money to see Motley Crue, you deserve it.
Hey, I'm gonna see them here in 6 months. So
I'm
one of those people too. I love Motley Crue, guys. I got it. I mean,
do you really though? Do you really?
I love Motley Crue, dude. I do.
What's your least favorite? What's your least favorite Motley Crue album?
Least favorite Motley Crue album? Probably least Motley Crue. Probably Shout at the Devil. I'm joking. No. Probably least favorite Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood. Yeah,
that's a crappy album.
Dr. Phil, dude, and I will go ahead and say it right now, and you guys probably know this anyway, but I love Generation Swine. Okay.
I like it more than Dr. Feelgood, but I don't.
I do too.
Wow. Do you love Generation? Is that like a is that because of your age and when it came out and the impact, or you actually like the songs?
Probably. Well, I mean, I think that's probably half because
how old are you, by the way?
See, I'll be 39 in May. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like right whenever I was really getting into rock and metal, like really, really big time, Generation Swine was new, dude. And that I believe that was the first album I heard of theirs. I saw out of hearing some songs on some greatest hits compilations, and and then at the time, because of my age, you gotta like understand, I was really big into Marilyn Manson and 9 Inch Nails and White Zombie and Tool and shit like that. So Generation Swine was kind of in that style. So that probably has something.
That's a terrible thing to say about all those other good bands you just mentioned, but
I know. But I will say that Brandon, okay, I love Generation Swine, excluding Brandon. That is one of the biggest abortions in rock and roll history.
You like that David Bowie song, Nikki Sixx?
Rocket Ship? Nah, not really. That one kind of sucks.
I like that song. I don't mind it compared to the rest of this shit.
But I'm with Ralph though. Glitter kicks ass.
Glitter's fucking horrible.
I love Glitter.
Oh my god,
that is a great song.
But I love the version on Generation Swine. I hate what they did to it on the greatest hits.
Oh yeah, the remix. Yeah, I like both of them, but the Swine version.
Yeah, what'd you hate that they played it twice? That song's you can't polish a turd, and you cannot tell me that Glitter is better than Without You.
Oh, I can.
I like it better. Yeah.
Oh yes, I can. Without You sucks.
Yeah, but it's got slide guitar. It's blues.
Yeah, and that's what I hate about it.
I was going to say, Ralph hates slide guitars.
I hate slide guitars. I was doing a track by track with Van Hagar shit. And I forgot what album it was. Dude, Eddie was doing slide guitar on some fucking song. I'm like, no. When does Eddie ever do slide guitar with Dave? It's not allowed, man. That shit was terrible. Fuck slide guitar. Mars and his new album.
Do that new album. It's horrible.
Terrible. I mean, it's even more this type of music today than Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Wolfgang at least has a couple of songs I like off this album. Ain't nothing I like off this Mick Mars album.
It's a Mick Mars
who hates
album.
Me? Yeah. You know who hates me is my computer, because I downloaded the new Mick Mars, but I haven't even played it yet. But I'm sure my computer's mad at me. Like, why? Why you make me do this?
Right.
And I don't know why I downloaded it. I think it's just to take money off of his plate. I'm never gonna listen to that shit.
It's awful.
Those first two songs I heard were just fucking terrible. Even by Motley Crue standards, they were fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Probably not as bad. Probably not as bad as the new songs on the Dirt soundtrack. But
I think those are
pretty
better.
fucking bad.
I reviewed the Mick Mars album. This is my conclusion of it. There's no way in hell Mick Mars likes that music. It's impossible.
Right.
I can't get into that music because I'm too old. Mick Mars is way older than me.
He's like 50 years older than you are.
And dude, come on, let's be honest now. Mick Mars didn't like Motley Crue either, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
He's more of a Jeff Beck guy, bluesy type stuff.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, he's not into that Motley Crue type music. He did it for a paycheck. And somebody talked him into, dude, what he needs to do. And sure, it's not going to sell, but neither is this modern shit he's doing. He needs to get John Corabi and do an album heavy like 90.
Right. Why in the fuck did that not happen? I mean,
know.
Nikki Sixx, I'm sure Nikki Sixx put his foot in the.
Mick Mars was going to have dinner at Denny's at 5 in the afternoon when Ralph was born. This motherfucker. Yeah, he hates this shit.
Right.
He hates this shit, you know, almost as much as we hate Motley Crue music. Well, except for you, Mick, because
this is true. This is true.
All right. Well, here's somebody who excites pedophiles and Ralph. Eric Adams from Manowar.
How's he a pedophile? He's not a pedophile at all.
His guitar. Well, he hung out with the guitar player.
It wasn't the original guitar player, right?
He says, we soak in their energy and we give it right back to them. And, you know, a bunch of 15-year-old virgins filed complaints.
Hail and kill. Manowar rules. Manowar is the enemy of posers. Hail and kill. And, you know.
Can you admit, though, that there's nothing more homoerotic than Manowar?
Let me explain something to you, Ian.
Okay.
My love for Manowar is deeper than just that, about their loincloths that they only did on one album. But yeah, I ain't gonna excuse it. Yeah, they look silly, gay, no more gayer than theater.
They still dress that way though.
No, they don't. They're all leather.
Yeah,
they only did it on one record, dude. They never.
They wear leather. But it's still it's gay.
No,
it's gay metal.
Just hold on a second. It's gay, whatever. Fuck, good, gay, whatever. I don't care. I love the fact that this is a band. And by the way, let me tell you, as people, they're fucking assholes. And they were a bucket list band for me to see. When I went to go see them, they fucking sucked. They were going through the motions. They hate America. If you want to see a good Manowar show, go to Europe where they're worshipped and they play stadiums. But my point is, all right, the gayness and their pricks and the show I saw sucked. Let's sweep all that aside. I'm sorry. I love a band that sings about, you know, I'm going to stand on the blood of my enemies. If you're not metal like me, wimps and poser leave the hall. It's so ridiculous. It's awesome. You may not get it because you got a wild hair up your ass. But I love the fact that these guys have songs that's like, the gods made heavy metal. And they said that it was good. They told us to play it louder than hell. And we promised that we would. When losers say it's over with, you know that it's a lie. The gods made heavy metal, and it's never going to die. That right there, I don't give a fuck. I love the fact that these guys are so ridiculous for the love of metal, and their fans are stupid as fuck, that I like being like their fans. You notice I'm always on the always posting Manowar on their true metal and fuck posers and all that shit. It's hilarious to me. Do I subscribe to it? No. But do I pretend to be a Manowar? Fuck yeah. And I love Manowar. I love it.
You know what?
All that shit, you know?
You know why they only tour Europe? Because the age of consent is 4.
Oh God.
You know, and and I could be wrong here. You know, I might have to do some fact checking, but I think anybody who's ever been busted by Chris Hansen is a Manowar fan. That is some pedophile fucking metal.
So you're calling me a pedophile?
No, not you. Not you. You're an enabler.
Just everybody else.
There was only one guy that was a pedophile in Manowar, and he was not even the original guitar player. Great guitar player, by the way, Logan. But yeah, he's a sick fuck.
See, I disagree. I think all the people in Manowar have been fucking kids since fucking 1981. But it's
probably so, but they're still wrong. They never got caught, and they're roaming the earth. Fucking all the children in Europe now.
And yeah, they talk about all this metal shit. It's like a drag show Iron Maiden concert, you know?
I love it. Fuck you, posers.
Okay, bye. All right, next story. Let's see what else we got here. Uh, this is something Ralph brings up, and I think is very important for people to keep into perspective. Uh, Judas Priest just had their highest charting album of all time in the UK. It debuted at number 2. Hey, great, good for Judas Priest. I'm not trying to knock him down a notch, but let's admit the sales charts are not what they used to be.
Not even close.
Sales charts used to be an actual representation of who got out and spent their hard-earned money. And now nobody buys physical media for the most part. I'm not saying nobody. You know, there's plenty of people that have their heart, but shit, Ralph, yours was gifted to you. Mick, you might have bought it. I downloaded it, just being honest here.
I bought it 3 times.
Okay, well, better than buying 3 Motley Crue albums, I'll tell you that.
That's true.
But yeah, it's like it's not the same bragging rights that you used to have back in the day, But I'm happy for him. I'm happy, we all talked about it. We love the new Judas Priest album. We think it's great. But anytime anybody brags about shit in the charts, we had a big laugh about how Ace fucking Frehley and Trickster couldn't even beat Mick Mars, But that shows you how bad it's sold because nobody buys physical media anymore. But sad. I mean, happy for Jews. I mean, if they can put it on their website and say, "Hey, we have the number 2 album in England," but out of all the people in England, fucking 50 buy records. It's not the same.
It's not, but still, I think for metal though, in this day and age, that's still a pretty good feat, though. For heavy metal.
Well, I think that is.
Who is number 1? Who is number 1?
Ariana Grande?
In England, probably Liam Gallagher.
Probably.
You fucking fruitcakes.
That's a good album, man.
I heard it was one of his best ones. That's what I heard.
The Priest album's better, but Liam's album's damn good.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm happy for Priest. Fucking great. But let's keep shit in perspective.
Right.
What else we got here? Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, bunch of blah blah. I don't care about shit.
Oh, anymore. I got a story.
Okay.
It's a story just about me.
Oh, okay.
Me.
Oh, well, that sounds interesting.
I have rock stars on my phone.
Oh,
that's a lie. I was doing an Eddie Trunk impression.
Right.
But there's this dude out there. Yeah, I know his name, but he wants me to call him J-Man. Now, J-Man.
What's you call him what?
J-Man.
Gay man?
Gay man?
J, like the letter J.
Oh, I suppose gay with a J. That's weird.
J-Man. Well, anyway, J-Man's got me a lot of good stuff. Like, he got me the Injustice for All box set when it came out.
Oh, nice.
He got me tickets to see Metallica when they played Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning. He got me tickets to that. The guy keeps getting me cool shit. Well, he wrote me today that he got me, and believe me, I wanted this, but the reason I didn't buy it was like, I already have.
Oh no! Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Well, I'm going to tell you anyway.
Don't tell me. No, did he get you what I think he got you?
What?
Please tell me he didn't get you the Creatures of the Night.
No, I bought it myself.
What, the $900 one?
No.
Right,
not that. I bought
the
final
a while ago.
Okay.
And it was like $180 on Amazon, and Kiss was selling it like $300. And on top of that, Amazon sent the day release. Kiss Online took weeks to send it. So but anyway, he got me the Wasp box set.
That's cool.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, you see, I have all those B-sides on separate singles on the vinyl. I have all the Wasp singles. Mean Man, School Days, all that. Well, this
Paint It Black.
Yeah, this box set brings all those singles on one record.
That's pretty neat, man.
And yeah, it brings a book and
it's got a poster, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna bring a lot of cool shit. So
yeah,
I'll be.
See, I bought that, but I bought the discounted version. They actually take like $800 off because it has Crimson Idol with it.
Does Crimson Idol doesn't come in this box. It does.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah.
I like 2 songs off. It's so cool.
It's Wasp, I think, until Crimson Idol. I think that's
Yeah. I don't get that. Wasp ended with fucking Headless Cross. I'm sorry. It did.
I mean, Real Wasp did, and then past that, it's like solo Blackie. You know.
Yeah, when Blackie joined Black Sabbath, Headless Cross, it's awesome.
Headless, yeah, you know what I mean.
One of those.
No, I don't. I'm a douchebag online.
Yeah, I love when we get corrected.
You said Headless Cross. Ha ha! I'm smart. You said Headless Cross. Ha 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 ha.
You're right about that. No, that's awesome though. What a nice guy to send you.
Yeah,
man. That's incredible.
And it brings a book too. You know.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Yeah, man. And it gets here tomorrow.
That's nice. I heard it comes with the history according to Blackie Lawless, where he says, the new shit's just as good as the old shit.
Yeah. And the thing is, that box set's sold out. So
I believe it. I believe it.
They repressed it now. They did another pressing of it. And that's what I'm getting, the second pressing.
Hey, good for them, man. I tell you what, man, I've got a lot of the early ones on vinyl. I would love to have that box set. I ain't gonna lie. I would never play fucking Crimson Idol, but the rest of them I play the shit out of.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one. Did you guys hear the second single off the new Sebastian Bach album?
Love it. I think I even like it more than the first song. And I love the first song. I'm buying that vinyl, man.
Dick Twatkins, what says you?
I have not heard either of them, honestly.
What?
Really haven't.
They're fucking awesome.
The solo stuff so far, I really haven't been impressed at all with any of the solo stuff.
So. Have you ever heard Kicking and Screaming?
Kicking and I don't know. The last one I heard.
No,
Kicking and Screaming.
I'm just referring to the title track, Kicking and Screaming, is the best thing Sebastian Bach's ever done in his motherfucking life. It blows away any fucking... Yeah, it blows away. Skid Row's not that good to begin with.
I don't know.
I really haven't heard it. I haven't heard
it.
So
I liked Angel Down more.
Angel Down I heard back then, but I didn't really care for that.
I'm just referring to the title track. I never listened to the other fucking album. I put Kicking and Screaming on replay. But I heard the first single that Sebastian put out. I don't know what the fuck it's called. It sounded like fucking Skid Row garbage to me. I listened to the new song. It sounded like, Skid Row garbage to me. I'm not a huge Skid Row fan, but I'll tell you what. Skid Row without Sebastian Bach is like a Polak joke with no Polacks. Who gives a fuck, dude? I mean, who gives?
I thought that last release, was killer, dude. The Gang's All Here.
I love that.
Yeah. I thought that was their best one since Slave to the Grind.
I heard that song, The Gang's All Here, and I was like, the gang all fucking left. The gang all fucking... this shit, that was... That was some... what the fuck's the name of their band? Electric Boys with Electric Toys. What the fuck
Pretty Boy Floyd?
Yeah, that was some Pretty Boy Floyd fucking shit.
No
the
way,
Gang's
dude.
All Here. That was some Pretty Boy Floyd shit.
Oh,
fucking thing. But what the fuck good is Skid Row without Sebastian Bach? Really,
very good.
He's the only interesting member of the band. Anybody else in Skid Row could be replaced. You put a fucking chain that goes from the nose to the ear on anybody. You put that chain on Bobby Dahl, you would never know the fucking difference.
Rachel Boland's cooler than that. Fuck.
Rachel Boland is an awesome bass player.
He is, and he's a great writer too, dude.
Yeah, he's
a great songwriter.
There's a tribute band down here called Made of Metal, and Rob, an amazing bass player. He's like really Steve Harris influence. He even has a tattoo. Well, I went to one of their tribute shows, and it was a tribute to Skid Row. And after the show, he told me, "Bro, some of that shit was hard. It was hard to learn some of those Rachel Bolan things, you know."
Yeah.
No, what he meant is it's hard to play that shit in public in front of people.
Yeah, I love Skid Row, and I like the Solinger stuff too. One album was horrible, Revolution by Minute. Thick Skin had some good songs, but mostly stupid, trying to chase the post grunge bullshit.
Yeah, the pop punk kind of stuff. Yeah.
But those two EPs were
dude,
awesome.
those kick ass.
They're awesome.
I agree, dude.
And that last album, I think, is awesome. So I'm a Skid Row fan, man. I'm proud, and I love Eric Grunwald. I think he's an amazing singer, and I prefer him over Sebastian as far as vocals go.
Wow!
Singer. I mean,
well,
it's proven, dude. I mean, if you watch, go back and it's on YouTube. Go watch footage of Sebastian Bach in 1991 singing the song "Living on the Chain Gang."
Mm-hmm.
Go watch Eric do it today, and Eric is like 10 years older than how old Sebastian was back then.
Right.
Sebastian couldn't hit those high notes that he did on Slave to the Grind on the album. This dude did it with ease.
He's a great singer. He is.
He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Covers. He did Painkiller. He did all these killer covers that Headless Cross. I mean, it's amazing. The guy's a freak of nature. One of my, definitely like my favorite singer of recent times. Definitely is that guy, Eric Grunwald. Amazing. And I want him to stay in Skid Row.
I do too.
I can't wait till they make an album with him because he wasn't there to write for the first album. And his band Heat is pretty good, you know? I like
You know who doesn't want him to be in Skid Row? Jesus Christ, because he keeps giving this guy fucking cancer.
Oh, shit.
I'm just saying, you know. He's a good singer, though. I'll give him that. But really, yeah. Without Sebastian, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. I think if they lost Eric, I think then it's time to just it's over. Yeah, I agree. Because what that would be like 6 fucking singers.
They're never gonna find a singer better than him. They're gonna have to downgrade.
Right. I agree.
It doesn't matter if they find a better singer. Nobody's gonna give a shit, you know.
No, I am though.
Yeah, they will. The 80 people at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Hey man, I saw him play the Revolution. There was about 2,000 people. Well, you know, maybe some of them were there for Buck Cherry, but they headlined. And
that's cool.
Well, I'd say probably one of his biggest fans must be Sebastian Bach. I saw he just sent him like a carton of cigarettes.
Oh shit!
You know, like hurry up, hurry up!
Come on, I want my spot back.
Time left. Oh shit! All right, next story here. Friend of the show, Will Carroll, man, says shit's going great for the new Death Angel album. That I cannot wait for.
Cool.
I gotta say, Death Angel's one of those, like, goddamn, I love the old shit, but man, the new shit to me is just as fucking good, and they just keep nailing it. Who knows what's gonna happen with Death Angel? Well, I should say who knows what's gonna happen with Death Angel, but you know, Mark is gonna be out touring with Kerry King's band, which I didn't know what was going on there. I didn't know if they were going to still keep touring now that Slayer's doing some shows, but it seems like Slayer's just doing some one-offs, but Kerry's still doing a regular tour because Kerry's going to be opening up for, I believe it's Mastodon and Lamb of God are doing a tour where each of them are playing an album in its entirety.
Great.
And Kerry King,
crappy band.
And Kerry King's band's opening up. But I'm looking forward to new Death Angel, goddammit. I can't wait for that. And if, you know, even though Will Carroll likes Hungry Boys by Blue Öyster Cult, I still think he's an awesome guy. And,
Me too.
you know, God, what a hell of a fucking drummer.
Oh,
what a hell of a drummer.
He's amazing.
And a good guy. Poor guy, he had to survive a very drunk night with me in New Orleans, and he did it. He's still drumming, you know. He's a good dude. Real good guy. All right. What else we got going on here? Oh, hey, let's talk about, you know.
Oh, wait. Stop.
Okay, bye.
Mick bought a CD from me. Thank you, Mick.
I did. Thrash or Die. Hell yeah.
It'll be there tomorrow. They told me in the post office Monday.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Can't wait, man.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes, support Thrash or Die. Goddamn,
right.
We're still waiting for the concept album, the next one.
You know, there was. I gotta bring up this story. There was an idea. It was so ridiculous. A concept. It was called Count Thrashula and Thrashosaurus Rex.
That's awesome.
And it was Count Dracula gets in a time machine with the dinosaur, right? And the Count Thrashula goes, no, Thrashosaurus Rex, don't press the button. We never got past that part.
You want a good selling album? Do a sequel to The Elder. Do like The Elder 2, because not only will you get the Thrash or Die fans, the Rock and Metal Combat podcast fans, the Almost Human fans, every Kiss fan will have to buy it.
No, I won't do it for one reason and one reason only. Because you don't buy it, Ian. You are not an Elder lover, so I'm not doing it because I only do music for you, my coach.
I would buy it. I would buy it.
You know that there was actually an Elder Part 2 supposed to happen.
Yeah, the War of the Gods. Yeah.
War of the Gods. Yeah, too bad that didn't happen.
Yeah, it is too bad. I would have loved it.
But we got Creatures of the Night, so it's all good.
Yeah. I would have loved what Steve Ferris would have added to War of the Gods. That would have been great. Or fucking do it now with Steve Brown. Put Paul and Gene to shame, embarrass them. Get Steve Brown to do the Elder 2. But hey, speaking of Judas Priest, we talked about last week. How about the set list for these new Judas Priest shows and the way they've been changing it up?
Fucking awesome, man.
Not only did the first show impress me, because I'm wondering, because it was like right after we record, like, what are they going to do? Oh, man, I saw like Saints in Hell is there. I'm
yes.
Like, oh, fuck yeah. But they've been changing it damn near every show. And
every
for
night,
a band their age, that's all. And what I love about that is, like, Paul Stanley of Kiss always says, we can't change the set list because we have choreographed pyrotechnics and we have choreographed dancing. We can't do it. But, Judas Priest Jesus Christ, they're like fucking, almost 10 years older than Kiss. And they're changing the songs up. And I fucking love that. Even though, like, they added that fucking crown of thorns or horns or whatever that I can't stand. But the fact that they're changing it up night from night is like, to me, that shows me they're invigorated. And they're like happy about going out performing. They're doing different shit, giving different people a different show.
Mm-hmm.
I've always respect that. There's certain artists that do that.
All right. I was going to say Judas Priest.
There's Judas artists Priest that are like, there's artists that are, it's like choreographed and all this shit. And okay, we're going to do this. And then there's ones like, hey, I'm feeling this one tonight, or I'm not feeling that one tonight. And to me, that's a much more interesting artist, because their heart's involved, where their at's involved, and they're going to give you a better performance. Right. Because that's like, okay, I don't want to play the song tonight, but I want to play this one, and I'm going to fucking do it for you. And, man, that just gets me even more excited about this tour that's coming nowhere near me, that I'll probably never fucking see. But, man, I hope they record some kind of, like, DVD, Blu-ray, fuck DVD, but Blu-ray 4K. Give me something from this fucking tour. Put it on fucking YouTube, whatever. But, man, that's awesome. And just going back and hitting shit like fucking Saints in Hell.
Yeah.
I love it. What do you think, Ralph? Are you impressed by what they've been doing so far? Are you disappointed in the set list? What's going on?
No, I like it. There's no, and this is like a minor gripe, but, other than some of the new songs, I would have liked them to bring back something they haven't played ever or haven't played since the 70s. Like Descendant Aggressor, or
That'd be cool.
yeah, or Island of Domination. Throw out some real rare shit, you know. Heroes
Right.
End, which I don't think
That'd be cool.
I don't think that's ever been played, which I think is the most underrated Judas Priest song ever. And I was watching Ian Hill interview, and he said his favorite Priest song is "Descend Aggressor."
Yeah, I was reading that earlier. Yeah,
And
yeah.
But you know, not to be underdone, I saw KK's Priest last week pulled out "You Say Yes," which I thought was pretty cool.
that would
Hey,
have been
dude.
awesome. That would have been fucking awesome.
I would love it.
Dude, I love
I
that
would
fucking
love it.
song.
I
love
don't
it.
care. Throw out anything on Point of Entry. I'm there, man.
I'm the same way with you guys, dude. I fucking love Point of Entry.
I think it's a great
I do
album.
not get the hate. To me,
Oh, I get the hate. I mean, they try to get commercial, but it worked for me, man.
yeah,
Right.
It
I was
worked
gonna
for me
ask
too. It
so
was
Ralph-
Theater of Pain done right.
Right.
There
So
you go.
Ralph, as a Priest fan back in '81, what was it like when that album came out? Like, was the fans pissed off? Or
No, it's the weirdest thing, Mick. Back then, I didn't know anybody that didn't like it.
okay,
All my friends loved Point of Entry. It was kind of like we were geared not to be so, oh shit, it's so different. I hate it.
right?
We were very
Just open, just
yeah. I mean, we saw Hot Rockin' and Solar Angels as that's Judas Priest, man.
that's the next step.
And then you have Desert Plains, one of the greatest songs ever.
Mm-hmm.
Heading out to the highway and Troubleshooter all the way.
Right.
I loved it. I consciously I wasn't thinking back then. Well, this ain't good as British Steel, which I think that now, but it mattered to me. It was special, man. Judas Priest was so special, especially at that time, because that's when they were bubbling. That's when they were playing like bigger, not arenas yet, bigger halls. It wasn't until Screaming for Vengeance, or maybe I think even Point of Entry. No, Point of Entry was still playing like
theaters,
a Palladium in New York, you know, that kind of smaller, like little arenas. Screaming for Vengeance exploded, you know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I didn't know not one person back then that didn't like Point of Entry. Now, Kerry King said he hated it when it was new. So I guess the mentality in California was different than the Florida mentality.
Right. But Kerry King hates on every fucking thing, dude. Kerry King,
but I
negative
don't get that
motherfucker.
because, like Ralph brought up, you know, I mean, you got Desert Plains and Heading Out to the Highway, which are two songs that are still like to this day
classics.
Now, there's a couple of songs, don't get me wrong. I love all of Point of Entry. But I get like there's a couple songs you could say this is filler or it's mailing it in.
Yeah, you say
but I would take the worst song on Point of Entry over United.
No, I wouldn't.
United, I love
United. United, and we're rare, Mick, because all my friends hate United.
I don't get it.
Even back then, I'm like, God, United was like, seriously? When British Steel was new, it was like my favorite one out of all of it.
You know, the one thing I will say about fucking Point of Entry, though, and I know I'm in the minority over this, the European cover is the worst cover of Judas Priest. I know that's on your shirt. No, give me the fucking computer paper going through the desert.
Yeah, the dot.
I fucking love that way over the fucking European cover.
Dude, Ian,
what says you, Ralph?
Yeah.
No, I think they're tied.
Okay.
I like them both, and I own them both, by the way. I own both covers. I found that European one at Best Buy. All places, I was like, holy shit, and Best Buy's got good price on vinyl. Like,
if you buy it now, you can only get the European cover now. You can't get the American cover anymore.
Okay. Well, I still got my original one too, you know?
Yeah, the last time you could get the American cover is when they did the Priest remasters, like right after Halford rejoined. But after that, like on vinyl, on CD now, you can. I even had like, because I got my shit on iTunes. Sometimes you get a cover, but I want like a better picture of it, a better visual. dude, you can't get it. The only one they show is the fucking European, which I think looks like a terrible hard on. Like it looks like a T2 hard on going.
Mhm.
No, I want that like early 80s computer paper going through the desert. That's just
Yep.
me. I'm American. God damn it.
America. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But fucking A, Judas Priest kicks ass. Love the new album.
Mhm.
Let's see. What else we got here? Anything worth it? Oh, man. What a time for me to leave New Orleans. Right now, they're filming the sequel to Spinal Tap in New Orleans.
That's amazing.
Oh, man. Which, you know, like, so much shit gets filmed in New Orleans because it's cheap to film there and shit like that.
Mm.
But it's like, god damn. And I got friends who work in the movie industry in New Orleans.
Mm.
And, oh, man, I remember when they were filming Motley Crue, that Dirt movie that I love that Ralph hated. They filmed that in New Orleans. They're doing Spinal Tap 2. Oh, my God. To be there, because I got friends, like I said, like, I would know when the shoot was, and I could go places and stuff. Like, fuck. Why can't they film it, like, in the bumfuck suburbs of Seattle, where I'm at now? Son of a bitch.
Seattle sucks. It killed metal.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Fucking Tough killed metal. Danger killed metal.
I think it was a mixture. I think it was a mixture of Tough and Seattle.
Danger, and Trickster and all that shit pretty much gave Seattle the okay to.
No, I totally disagree.
Actually,
Seattle didn't kill shit. MTV and the record companies killed fucking metal, dude.
I was getting ready to say that. Yeah.
I'm very well aware of that, but my point is, it wasn't just hair metal that got killed. Everything.
Thrash.
Yeah. All that shit got killed because of Seattle. It wasn't just
no. Metallica killed thrash.
No.
Yeah. I can't agree with that.
Killed thrash. When Metallica fucking sold out, every other fucking thrash band was like, "Oh shit, we gotta fucking either."
No. Look at Overkill. That's a great example. Creator. All those people remain thrashy. Overkill.
No.
They improved.
What did Overkill do after the Black album? They did
I Hear Black.
One album.
Yeah.
Then
Creator went fucking alternative.
No.
All these bands changed. Yeah, they did, man. Creator, what the fuck was I'm trying to think of the album they did.
Album, whatever that is.
Yeah, Endgame or whatever.
It's just one album.
Yeah, I know, but they all did it because Metallica did it and had great success. It was all chasing the fucking dragon, man. It was fucking terrible.
All of them failed. Especially Megadeth. It killed their career.
Well, if you really look, like, it all started, I mean, well, the world all went to shit when Sammy Hagar joined Van Halen. But,
after 1984, by the way.
Yes.
That shit wouldn't have happened in 1984.
But if you look at, like, the fall of, like, metal and even hair metal, when CeCe got kicked out of Poison, it was over. There's no, fuck Richie Kotzen, fuck Blue Saraceno. Never the same.
Fuck Poison.
Never the same. That's when Brett started losing his hair. Got the diabetes. Fucking sad times. Sad times. All right. Any more stories here? Let me see here. Blah, blah, blah. Don't give a fuck. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. We'll talk about that later because it's related to our episode. Let's see. Anything new? Nobody gives a fuck. Okay, the last story I see that's worth a shit, unless you guys got anything, is related to the band we're talking about. So let's get into this. And this is the one I talked about the other week. I mentioned all the high-profile guests we could have, and they all wanted money except for Mick. But when I knew of a common man, I knew of a fellow, metalhead, a fellow listener who could talk about this band properly, is fucking Mick Watkins.
Damn right.
And dude, I am so happy you are here to rank the studio albums of Blue Oyster Cult.
Hell yeah.
Yes, one of the greatest bands of
And
all time.
oh man, it warms my cockles to hear you say that. But I'm very interested. I do not know your backstory. How did you come into Blue Oyster Cult?
My story with them is it's kind of weird because it comes in three different phases. All right. So the first phase, this would have been the early 90s. All right. Back when I was a kid at my mom's house, we had this entertainment center. You know, the big wooden entertainment centers that
Mm.
everybody had that had
A
your
console TV.
console TV that had that big motherfucker on it, your VCR, all your VHS tapes. Well, anyway, in the bottom drawer of that, my mom, she had a stack of vinyl records. And I was probably, I don't know, I fucking 6 to 8 years old, and I would be down, I'd be down on the floor playing with my fucking Batman action figures and my Ghostbusters and shit. And I just remember one day opening that drawer and seeing her like vinyl records and just being like, I'm gonna look at them. And all of them were 80s and early 90s country. There was Hank Williams in there, Reba McEntire, Travis Tritt, whatever. And I remember one of the records I seen was Blue Oyster Cult, Fire of an Unknown Origin. And I seen that album cover and I was like, what the fuck is all the other stuff just looked lame to me. A bunch of dudes with fucking, hats on, cowboy hats and mustaches. And I seen that album cover and I was like, dude, this is fucking creepy. This is fucking creepy. So just that name, Blue Oyster Cult, kind of burned a hole into my mind. And I put it back and I went, on with my stuff. And then probably a couple years later, see, back then I used to every fucking weekend, dude, I would always hang out and watch USA Up All Night.
Nice.
The king of B movies. You used to watch it, I'm sure.
Oh, fuck. Rhonda Shear, Gilbert
Rhonda
Godfrey.
Shear.
Love that
Right,
shit.
right. Yeah, absolutely. And I remember one night, I'm staying up late, drinking lots of Mountain Dews and shit, doing what a kid does then. And I remember the movie The Stone Age came on.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
I just watched it like 2 days ago.
It's a fucking classic, dude. And the movie The Stone Age came on. And I just remember watching that and thinking those dudes were the coolest, and seeing Lainey, the hot chick with the fucking BOC Tyranny Mutation shirt. And then it showed the footage of them playing live with the laser and the gnarly eyeball and
the gnarly eyeball.
Gnarly eyeball, yeah. And I remember hearing that name again, and I connected that to that album cover. And I was like, fuck, there's that band again. They kept creeping into my fucking psyche. And then, but I still really didn't hear them. I didn't, listen to their music yet. But that name and that image. And then probably 10 years later, I was hanging out with a buddy of mine. His name's Slobby Robbie. And we were in his room and we were listening to vinyl, because this is the era when vinyl was not cool. Everybody was listening to CDs or downloading shit from Napster. And he was buying lots of vinyl. And I remember he bought a copy of, just on a whim, he bought a copy of Spectres. And we were all in his room smoking shit tons of weed. The black light was on, and it was just one of those classic moments to where I remember hearing fucking Godzilla coming on, and I'd heard it before, but something about it hit me that night. And we listened to the whole thing, and Godzilla, and I Love the Night, and Nosferatu, and fireworks, dude. It just blew my fucking mind. And then from then on, I was like, okay, Blue Oyster Cult, they were meant for me. So then I just went and I started buying their CDs. And that was probably about 20-ish years ago, something like that. So yeah, that's my history. That's the Dick Twatkins history of BOC.
Nice. I mean, mine is, I can't remember a time in my life without Blue Oyster Cult. Right. I mean, my dad, that was his band.
That's cool.
I mean, he made fun of me for listening to Kiss and all this shit, Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, fuck Kiss, man, BOC. And I remember being 6 years old when he bought Cultosaurus erectus.
Oh, wow.
And just being like fucking amazed with that vinyl, like looking at the cover, mm-hmm. That front cover, and then flipping it over and looking at the back. I was like, holy shit. And then he'd tell me the story about how he used to have a BOC belt buckle that my mom made him throw away because she thought it was satanic and shit. the
Yeah.
symbol. I'm like, oh my God, I wish he had. I would wear, like,
Yeah.
I hate belt buckles,
Hmm.
and shit like that, like most rednecks wear one that looks like a fucking, UFC belt, but
Oh yeah.
I would wear one that was, the BOC logo.
Hmm.
But that was the thing that me and my dad always had from the time I could remember to the time of his death was our love for BOC. No matter what, most of the metal I listen to, I said it a million times. He's like, oh, it sounds like Bad Uriah Heep to me. But BOC was the thing that we both listened to and got it, and loved it. And he stuck with them,
That's cool.
until his death. Unfortunately, the last one we listened to together was Imaginos.
Mm.
He died in '94. But I remember, like, the funny thing, I remember him, he didn't buy Club Ninja. you know, I think the last one he bought on vinyl was Revolution by Night. He had that on vinyl.
Okay.
And but I remember when Imaginos came out, we went to the record store like we'd always do, and he bought it on cassette. And I've just fucking loved it, and I loved all the old shit.
Hmm.
And when he gave me his record collection as he moved on to like tapes and shit like that, and just went through a period where he didn't give a fuck as much about physical media. And I forget, I had his Agents of Fortune. And when I would listen to Don't Fear the Reaper, when it would go into like the solo, like the
Yeah.
I would always start the song over. I thought that was the end of the song and it was the next song. I was like, I don't like this as much as the rest of it. I never listened to it all the way through.
All right.
But no, I just had all these albums and just loved them. And that was the one thing, like, man, I wish we could have seen a Blue Oyster Cult show together.
That would have been fucking cool.
And unfortunately, right before, I mean, he died when I was 20. So
Mm.
around that time, they were playing bars in Chicago. I was still in the Chicago area. So a lot of the shows
Hmm.
I couldn't get into, so we
Right.
couldn't go see a show together. So when I saw him for the first time, and that's when I got christened Wadzilla, because I got up on stage and,
Yeah.
the whole ordeal that happened, that if you saw the post on the Facebook page, a fan wrote about the show that I was at
Yeah.
when I
Seeing that.
did
That's
that.
incredible.
Yeah, kind of fucked up the details, but anyway,
It's like there was some
uh,
drunk guy on stage.
yeah, it was an emotional night, because it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, I wish my dad was here for
Hmm.
I'm finally seeing BOC.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those bands I've always loved, man. Always loved,
That's cool.
Do I love all their albums? No. Do I love 95% of them? You bet your fucking ass, We'll
Hmm.
find out how much here soon, but um they're so underrated. They have so much to offer.
Oh,
They're so underrated. You know,
absolutely.
most people that know them know like three fucking songs,
Hmm.
and that's it. And that's their opinion of the band, whether they like them or they don't.
Yeah.
But they're still touring to this day. I just
Hmm.
saw them, a couple months ago, and hopefully it's not the last. I really
Right.
do. I hope. It was a great show, but I hope I get to see them again.
Dude, me
Uh,
too, man.
it's part of my life since the time I can remember. You know, a Cultosaurus erectus. They have been in my life and been a soundtrack. And
Hmm.
even when it's not cool, I remember in the mid '90s when Workshop of Telescopes Greatest Hits came out,
Yep.
buying that, and at the time nobody listened to BOC in the mid '90s. I mean, like,
No.
you know, metal was dead, hair metal was dead. It was all grunge.
Hmm.
And, I have a distinct memory of driving up to the Chicago suburbs and I bought Workshop of Telescopes by BOC and the Police box set. And those were two things that couldn't be more unhip in the mid '90s,
Right.
but were in heavy rotation in my fucking Camaro. I
Yeah.
just played all this shit nonstop, and I still love them. And just to know that there's people like you who love them,
Hmm.
and people like Ralph who, uh, I think Ralph has always been a BOC fan, but I think in the last so many years, I think they've even rose in his appreciation, and we'll see
Yep.
when he talks about it. But
Yeah.
it's they're just an incredible band with
They
so
are.
much to offer.
It's like
So
BOC. Yeah.
go ahead.
BOC. Yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah. BOC is such a weird band, dude, because all my friends that I have, whether it's newer friends or friends I've known for fucking 25 years, they're, all my friends I've met through our love of music. They're all big metalheads and rockers and shit. And dude, none of them, except for maybe one guy, nobody really digs Blue Oyster Cult. Like I'm like the sole fucking person around here. And it's not that they don't like them. It's just like it almost kind of seems that like unfortunately BOC kind of got lost in time somewhere. You know,
Yeah.
Like a band like Kiss or Aerosmith or something, they transcend generations. It's kind of like there was a point in time where VOC just kind of stopped, and I really don't understand why, because they're amazing.
Yeah, but they're different, and I get it because
Right.
I know a lot of pedophiles, and they all love Manowar, but there's only
Right.
like one pedophile that likes BOC. But I really, now that he's back, I cannot wait to hear um, how Ralph first discovered these guys and when he became like a true like cultist. So
Mhm.
Ralph, what's your history with BOC?
It was after I discovered Kiss. I
Mm.
needed more bands of the hard rock genre, and I was aware of Godzilla, City of Flames, and Don't Fear the Reaper. I knew those three songs, so the first thing I bought from Blue Oyster Cult was Some Enchanting Evening because it had those songs,
Mhm.
and I loved it. And then soon after, I'm not sure if I bought anything, but I know I bought Cultosaurus Erectus when it was new. It was a brand new album. I bought that. I think that was it Some Enchanting Evening before that one?
Yeah, Some Enchanted was 78, Cultosaurus
Yeah.
was 1980.
And there's
Yeah.
mirrors too.
So I might have. I didn't hear Mirrors till later. I might have gotten because I remember I had the live album, the first live album.
On Your Feet or On Your Knees?
Yeah, I had that on
Yeah.
vinyl. I'm not quite sure if I had it before Cultosaurus, but those were my first Blue Oyster Cult albums. Then I bought Fire of Unknown Origins when it was new, and
Sweet.
by that time I picked up everything
Mhm.
that they
Oh,
did.
wow.
Yeah, all I had all the vinyl up to Fire of Unknown Origins. I never, and the weird thing is, I never bought Revolution by Night, even though like the song "Take Me Away" is like my favorite Blue Oyster Cult song. Well, Black Blade is my favorite, but man, that's one of my favorite. But I never bought the album. And later, when I heard, well, I'll talk about that album later. But yeah, that's how I discovered Blue Oyster Cult. I blame Kiss.
Mhm.
I'm listening to
It's
rock and roll over, and I need more hard rock like this. So
right.
I got Blue Oyster Cult, I got Ted Nugent, Aerosmith, Nazareth. I was buying a lot of those bands,
Cool.
hard rocking bands in the late 70s. And
But
then I saw Blue Oyster Cult really early, man. One of it was filmed by MTV, and you can see it on YouTube.
I meant to ask you about that. You were at that Sportatorium show in 81?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
I just watched that a couple weeks ago.
Foghat and Whitford St. Holmes opened.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure, if my memory is correct, Whitford St. Holmes was also filmed. But
Hmm.
I've never seen,
Wow.
Yeah.
but
That'd be killer to
Wow.
see.
Foghat was filmed, and I got that on DVD. I got the full show. I got the full. And I also saw Blue Oyster Cult at Miami Baseball Stadium. It was Hart headlining, which, oh, fuck. I got to come back. I'm sorry.
No
Yeah,
problem.
it's a pain in the ass.
It's all good,
All
man.
right. While he's gone, Mick, why don't you show us your dick?
Okay, hang on. Let me prop it up real quick. Hang on.
Yeah, can you figure out how to turn the camera that way?
Look, I'm just gonna show you the tip. I'll shake it for you. All right. Is that good for you?
that That's good. That's good.
All right, cool.
That's all I need.
Hang on.
Hang on. I'm good.
Let me get a boner real quick. Hang on.
Oh, it looks thicker now.
Oh, yeah, it's thicker. Yeah. There you go. That's all I got. Man, I'm Irish, and German too. So,
Oh, me too.
Right. Awesome. Cool.
Oh, yeah. So, we're Irish and German. So we want to, we get drunk and want to take over the world.
That's basically it. Yeah. That's my life in a nutshell, dude.
So I saw.
All right, he's back.
Yeah. The Doctor of Fuck.
I saw Blue Öyster Cult. Hart was headlining. Blue Öyster Cult. I believe it was Firefall. I could be wrong about that one. The Air Band, which was a bunch of people that won a contest that the radio gave out, and they went up there and did Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. And the opening band, first show
Motorhead.
in America, Motorhead.
That is amazing.
Their first show in America. That was the second time I saw Blue Öyster Cult. I saw Blue Öyster Cult several times much later in clubs. And I don't think I've missed a Blue Öyster Cult show since maybe 2005. Every time they've been down here, I've been to every one of their shows.
That's cool.
One thing I think that's awesome, though, is wouldn't you agree, though, Ralph, is in these later years, like Blue Öyster Cult has gone much higher in your appreciation and one of your favorite bands as you got older?
Oh, yeah. They're one of my favorites now. It's like, it's the mysteriousness of Blue Öyster Cult that really, that really appeals to me.
Yeah, same here.
Their weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, if there's a band that would represent the Illuminati, it would be Blue Öyster Cult. You know what I mean? They're so out there, like they know. It's like they actually know stuff we don't know about. It makes you feel like they're very well aware of, the aliens and UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
They know what's going on, and they kind of singing in something. It's almost like a report. They're just so weird and so out there, and I love them for that.
Well, what's weird about this is, I kind of know Ralph. Well, I should say I have no idea about what's your favorite. Mick, you had a video that was, where you did your top, but you said some of your shit's changed. So a lot of this shit is going to be like, holy fuck, what's coming up next? One thing I want to ask you guys before we get into this, because this is important to my list. Because we agree we're going to do the studio albums. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Not the live albums. The one thing I want to ask you guys, and I'm cool to do this, but it would change some numbers here. Are we going to include the Bad Channel soundtrack and cult classics?
No.
I personally did not. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Answer soft. Answer. Okay. Cool. I know what's going on here. Those are two ones. For those of you who do not know, or new voices, if you will, to Blue Öyster Cult, Bad Channels was a Full Moon Pictures horror movie that BOC, in the early 90s, they did 2 studio tracks, both sung by Eric Bloom, and they did the background music. There was other bands on the soundtrack. I am not a fan of any of this.
Oh, you don't like the BOC songs?
I don't like the BOC songs. Wow. The background music, I'm like, eh. The movie sucked. And I like bad movies, but I thought the movie sucked too. Yeah. And Cult Classics was something they released in 94. There was an issue between them and Columbia House, and they were not getting proper royalties and shit like that. So they took a lot of, the most popular and some of the fan favorite Blue Öyster Cult songs, and they re-recorded them with the current band at the time. That is another album I am not a fan of. I listened to it before the show. Ralph recommended it, and I listened to it.
Classics, it's awesome.
Dude, I mean,
I love it.
Okay, full disclosure, I did not like it one bit. I thought it was right there with like fucking, still hungry. I don't like when bands re-record
No
their shit.
way.
Man, you're
It's not that
retarded,
bad.
man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think I like Still Hungry better than Cult
yeah.
Classics.
No, no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm not.
Ian's desperately trying to be that guy.
Right, I guess so. Yeah.
No. I didn't like. I
Yeah,
didn't like.
okay, okay, fine.
Well. Here's my things with it. Here's
Sure.
if I can point out. Um, I don't think the vocals are as strong as the original versions.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with Me Too is the drumming. At the time, I think the drummer on that was Chuck Berge, who played with Rainbow in one of their later incarnations. It definitely played more like a metal drummer. And what I
Right.
love I'm all about Albert Bouchard.
He's the
Without Albert
man.
Bouchard, there's a lot to be desired. But Albert Bouchard's not a metal drummer. He was just a drummer and a musician, and there was a
Right.
certain sound. To me, don't try to tough it up, Blue Oyster Cult. Leave it like it is.
Yeah.
And so between like Eric Bloom not sounding like Eric Bloom vocally to my ears, and then like the drumming, and then production to me, which sounds like it was done like on GarageBand on iTunes, was not a fan of either of those. But you guys answered my question, so I wish I could show this list. My wife, Mrs. Wadzilla, printed up a list on the computer and did like an amazing job. I'll show you guys at the end. But I even had her put question marks by both of those albums because I didn't know if they'd be, included. But now that we know they're not, we are gonna go with to date. The Blue Oyster Cult studio albums. And something we haven't talked about is they have a new album coming out called Ghost Stories. And Ghost Stories are songs recorded, I believe, from 1978 to the mid 80s.
Yeah,
I don't know.
80, I think it's 83.
I don't know. From what I heard, it sounds later than that. But
there's one track. There's one of the tracks that was recorded.
Well, yes. One track was recorded in 2016.
Yes.
But I don't know if the cutoff date for these unreleased songs was Revolution by Night or Club Ninja. But anyway, it's going to be released in about a month.
Yeah.
They've released 2 songs already. One song, the first song we know for sure, So Supernatural, was recorded for Revolution by Night, sung by Joe Bouchard.
Yeah.
I like this song. I like the video. I mean, it looks like a bad video game, but for a Blue Oyster Cult fan, there's so many Easter eggs in this fucking video. I think it's amazing, and I love that they acknowledge that at the time, the drummer was Rick Downey.
Yep.
Who was their lighting guy who ended up becoming their drummer when they kicked out Al Bouchard. But he's included in the video, and I think that's fantastic. Acknowledge his time. He played drums on all but 2 songs on Extraterrestrial Live and Revolution by Night. He would later go on to be the lighting guy for Anthrax.
I did not know that.
Yeah. In like their heyday of Among the Living, State of Euphoria and shit, he was their lighting guy. But anyway, they released that song, and then there's another song they released, supposedly, I should say, sung by Eric Bloom, called Don't Call Me Later or whatever. It's fucking
Don't Come Running to Me.
Yeah, Don't Come Running to Me. Holy shit. Is this song bad?
You think it's bad?
I think to me, it sounds nothing like BOC. It's
really
like, I know, like on Revolution by Night, he Eyes on Fire, or whatever, co-written with Aldo Nova. You can kind of hear the Aldo Nova and you can hear the BOC, and it kind of mixed together good. I'm like, okay, I see this, working. But man, Don't Come Running to Me. Oh, don't come through my fucking headphones. This shit's fucking. Ralph, did you hear either one of these songs?
Yeah, and the second one sounds like a girl singing to me.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound like Eric Bloom.
Sounds like
I think it does. I think it sounds exactly like Eric Bloom.
I like the first song, but yeah, I didn't like the second one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we can't really pass judgment on this one, and supposedly this is being billed as the last album that's going to come out from Blue Oyster Cult as far as studio recordings. They've made it sound like, hey, we're not going to do a follow-up to The Symbol Remains.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
This is something, like I said, these are songs from 78 to the mid-80s, and Richie Castellano, their current, guitar player, keyboard player, he's pretty much took over Alan Lanier's spot in the band.
Yeah,
An incredible individual. In my opinion, the best replacement member they've ever had.
Oh, he's amazing, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, this was kind of him and their producer at the time and shit. So they say, like, this is going to be the last of that. There's still going to be live albums coming out. They just released, last year, the first night they were doing these, like, residencies where, like, one night they're playing the first Blue Oyster Cult album. Next night they're playing Tyranny and Mutation. Next night they're playing Secret Treaties. So, whatever. And it's on Frontiers Records, which, as everybody knows, is a drug front for the Italian mafia. But, hopefully you bought the first one, so they released the second one and the third one. Because that 50th anniversary concert, have you guys got this album yet?
I've got it, dude, yeah.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Dude, I love it. And I said it before on the page because somebody made a post about what's your favorite BOC live album. It might have been Joseph Staub. But, dude, as of right now, that is my favorite Blue Oyster Cult live album, the first night, the first album.
Oh, it's so good. They played the first album plus some greatest hits. And I cannot wait
new
to
songs.
hear the other ones. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, you guys talk about BOC a little bit more. I'm going to take a piss, and then we will do the album ranking. How's that sound?
We're going to do the album ranking now.
Okay, bye. I got to pee.
We're gonna go 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick 3, Nick. So how many albums are there? 15, right?
There's 14, I believe.
All right, 14 and 14, 13, and 12.
All right, so you want me to go ahead and just name my least 3 favorites?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Coming in number 14. All right, number 14 for Wild Ride bassist Mick Watkins, otherwise known as Dick Twatkins. I'm gonna go with now. Here's a disclaimer for our audience. I don't think any of their albums suck. Okay. I don't think BOC has one turd in their catalog, but there's definitely albums that I like a lot less than the other ones. But I'm going to go with my least favorite BOC album. And it was on my ranking video from a couple years ago from 1988. Imaginos. Why I think this? Okay. For one of the things, kind of like the first pressing of the Music from the Elder from Kiss. You know how like Kiss had and BOC, you have this story laid out, to where certain songs have to be in a certain order to where it makes sense. Well, like the Elder, Columbia Records got involved in this, and they actually removed songs from the track listing, and then they shuffled them around to make the album more cohesive. So therefore, it makes the story make no fucking sense. That and just, I don't know, I don't think the songwriting's that great. And realistically, this is not really much of a BOC album because, dude, you don't really hear a lot of Buck Dharma playing.
What the fuck did I miss?
Number 14, dude, Imaginos.
Who went first?
Dick Twatkins.
We're doing 3 at a time. He's at 14.
You're right.
Fucking.
So, yeah.
Oh, my
dude,
God. Bobby Dahl picked fucking Imaginos?
Yeah, Bobby Dahl. Yeah, Imaginos. Dude,
no, Bobby Dahl.
Bobby Dahl. There's not really a lot of Buck Dharma guitar on here. It's on here. Fucking Joe Satriani. I think he plays on this probably more than Buck Dharma does. There's some vocals on here that aren't fucking any of the Blue Oyster Cult members. And the last track number 9, the title track, Imaginos, has some of the worst vocals I've ever fucking heard in my life from a dude named John Rogers. The only thing I know is he says some shit like, "Well, I'm gonna meet you down in Texas, Texas."
He was actually their bass player for about 6 years.
Was he? I did not know that. John Rogers' vocals on this.
And when you hear Cult Classics, he's the bass player on Cult Classics.
Oh God. Okay. And they butcher astronomy on here. No. So this is number 14, my least favorite, Imagine Else. It's just, I mean, it's VOC only in name. It doesn't sound like a cohesive band effort. Here's one that Wadzilla will probably enjoy. This has went down in my ranking.
Wait. We're not taking turns?
Yeah, no. We go 3 each.
3 each.
Oh, okay.
Number 13 on my list. 1985 Club Ninja. Okay. Whenever I used to really, really dig this album. And I listened to it knowing that we were going to record this week. I listened to this album twice. And I'm kind of like, man, it's okay. It's decent. Like I said, none of their albums to me suck. But this doesn't really sound like BOC to me. It has some killer fucking tunes. Dance in the Ruins is amazing, Wadzilla. It's a great song. It's a badass song. One of the best Blue Oyster Cult songs of all time. Perfect Water is great. I love Perfect Water. I love it, dude. Spy in the House of the Night is cool. Beat 'em Up. Beat 'em Up is hilarious because I'm riding around in my car and I'm sitting there listening to this album. And every time I beat 'em up, the only thing I just sing to it is Eat Her Butt. Eat Her Butt. So yeah, Eat Her Butt. If they would have changed Beat 'em Up to Eat Her Butt, it would have made it a better anthem. We call that Analingus. It could have been a great Analingus theme song or anthem. Shadow Warrior's cool, and I love Method to the Madness, but this one has sunk down in my ranking. Club Ninja doesn't really have much BLC sound to it. From 1985, the year I was born. So number 12, I guess. Yeah. From 1983, Revolution by Night. Check out that weird album cover that the first pressing CD had. That's kind of strange. I mean, once again,
nice price.
It's a nice price. It's a collector's choice. Why would you fucking do that? That's awful. Not that the album cover is that great anyway. But yeah, the Revolution by Night. Really, do you?
Yeah. I love
weird. It. It's just a curb on a highway. You know,
I know, but I love how the little symbols on the edge, whatever.
Yeah. It does have the chrono symbol or the whatever, the cross of questioning. I mean, it's got some excellent tunes like Ralph's top BOC song, Take Me Away. It's got that. Shooting Shark is amazing. Love Shooting Shark. I've seen them do that live one time. It was killer. Shadow of California kicks ass. Feel the thunder of the midnight ride. Oh, I love that. Let It Go is kind of garbage. And Joe Bouchard, Light Years of Love. I love that song. That's cool. So, yeah, there's my 14, 13, and 12 right there.
All right, Ian, you go.
All right. My number 14 is one of the worst albums ever recorded in the history. Oh, shit. In the history of recording. And that would be Club Ninja. There is no Kiss album worse than Club Ninja. Zero. I ask both of you to name a horrible album, and I'll tell you if it's worse than Club Ninja or not. Mick Watkins, name a shitty album.
Shitty album. Okay, hang on. Let me think about this. Shitty album. I'm going to think of Kiss. One of their fucking worst. Hot in the Shade.
Better than Club Ninja. Ralph?
Ooh, God.
OU812.
Better than Club Ninja.
Ooh.
Man.
That's how bad
wow.
Club Ninja is. As shitty as OU812 is, and Hot in the Shade, respectively. At least OU812, there's some Eddie Van Halen on there. And, on Hot in the Shade, at least there's some Tommy Thayer on there. Club Ninja is one of the worst fucking albums I've ever heard in my life. I listened to it twice getting ready for this ranking because I was like, is it really going to be the last? Or, is there something worse? No, there is not one good fucking song on Club Ninja. You take Perfect Water,
It's
fucking
great.
Dancing in the Ruins, which they played the last time I saw. And my wife looked at me. She's like, I never heard this song. I like this one. I'm like, fuck you.
You
This
would.
song is this song is fucking horrible. Dancing in the fucking Ruins. It's terrible. Even I am the biggest Howard Stern fan in the world. His intro to Methods of Madness, which he only did because his cousin was married to Eric Bloom at the time, I believe, is
Yeah.
why he did that. Fucking horrible. There's no resemblance of true Blue Oyster Cult on this fucking shit. And it's the return of Sandy Pearlman as producer.
Yep.
After they ditched him. They ditched Sandy after Spectre. Well, technically, Some Enchanted got Tom Werman for Mirrors. Martin Birch did Cultosaurus and Fire of Unknown. And they got the horrible Bruce Fairburn for fucking Revolution. Anyway, they get Sandy. Nothing can save this fucking album.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I saw the Contrarians did an episode just released a couple days ago about like great album cover, horrible album. I don't mind the album cover. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
the name sucks. The name sucks, but the only thing worse than the name is the fucking music on this. There is nothing BOC. How anybody could pick a worse album than Club Ninja for their fucking bottom of the barrel. This shit is just... how do you make excuses for this shit? All right. Enough about that fucking turd. My number 13 is Curse of the Hidden Mirror. And this is the second one they did when they started like putting out albums again. And this was one I went back and revisited, just a couple days ago. And I'm listening to the first half of the CD. I'm like, man, maybe I'm being kind of hard on this album. Maybe I'm being a little rough. This is when I first started seeing them live, was around the Heaven Forbid, Curse of the Hidden Mirror out, this era. And, man, by the time I got to the second half of this record, I was like, Jesus Christ, not BOC to me, not creepy enough. BOC has to have that creepy factor, that like scary factor. And to me, they got Bobby Rondinelli on drums, which to me is a mistake. Not that he's a horrible drummer, but he's the wrong guy for this band. And you do not have either Bouchard in the band adding to the lyrics or the medleys. You don't have Sandy Pearlman. You just got on the 90s albums, you got John Shirley, who was a sci-fi writer, and nothing against him, but he's no Sandy Pearlman. Right. You don't have that weird factor. You just have Eric Bloom and Buck Dharma, and Alan Lanier. But, at this point, Alan Lanier's no longer writing songs. It just doesn't sound like BOC to me. There's some decent songs on here, yes. And there's some fucking horrible songs. None of them are as bad as fucking Club Ninja tracks. But yeah, Curse of the Hidden Mirror would be my number 13. And my number 12 would be their first album of the 90s, Heaven Forbid. Which from here on out, these are all albums I love. It's just, you gotta rank them somewhere. But Heaven Forbid, holy shit, I was so excited. It's their first album since Imaginos, if you want to count Imaginos, which I'd rather count Imaginos than Club Ninja. Like, oh, what the fuck's going on here? And it's a heavier side to them. And it has one of the greatest BOC songs of all time, which is Harvest Moon.
Oh, yeah.
I could not imagine seeing a BOC show in this day and age without hearing Harvest Moon.
Same here.
I mean, lyrically, vocally, musically, it is BOC to a fucking T. It's creepy. It's beautiful. It's everything wrapped. You know, it's
Right.
not too heavy, not too light. It's just right in that don't fear the reaper kind of fucking mode.
Yeah.
And there's a reason. I mean, that is the one song from the 90s that is still played. And
Hmm.
I mean, I saw him the other night or the other night. I saw him a couple months ago, and I'm looking at, like, okay, what they played the last couple of shows, and there was one show where they didn't play Harvest Moon. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that would suck.
How can you not do that? And the great thing is, when I saw them and they played Harvest Moon, the audience knew it.
That's
They're like,
awesome.
oh, it wasn't like a let's take a piss break.
Right.
you know I already talked about on the show that the crowd I saw them with, they sat there and pissed in their fucking Pampers. But still, it, there was audience
Participation.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
they loved it, they knew it, they sang along.
That's great.
And I put that one up against anything. But there's other songs in that I love. Fucking X-Ray Eyes, See You in Black. There's some great fucking tracks on this. Does it sound like, old school BOC? No, because it's a different band. It's what, a lot of people would consider 3OC.
That's three. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Alan Lanier, Eric Bloom, and Buck Dharma.
Mhm.
And now you got two Oyster Cult, which is
Yeah.
Eric Bloom and Buck Dharma. But I would say there's a huge case to be made for Richie Castellano.
Yeah.
To me,
Absolutely.
again, adds. He's a guy, and I don't mean this as a degradation to anybody else who's been in the band since the originals. There's been some great ones, but to me, Richie is somebody who respects the history of the band,
Mhm.
understands the history of the band, and adds to the history of the band.
Oh, absolutely.
Uh,
I mean, he's kind of like the torchbearer of Bluish Occult, it seems nowadays. I mean,
yeah,
because if
yeah,
you like look at any of the newer releases, Symbol Remains,
yeah,
Ghost Stories, any of the new
yeah,
live albums they've done for Frontiers, he's producer.
yeah.
He helps out with everything, and you gotta respect the fuck out of that guy, dude.
Yeah, and something I didn't know until recently, I watched an interview with him.
Mhm.
He's been involved with the band for over 20 years
Yeah.
in
Yep.
different capacities, long before he joined the band as a member.
Yeah, he was like a
So
roadie,
he,
wasn't he? Like guitar
yeah,
tech or something.
yeah, and a sound engineer. He knows the history. He
Hmm.
did all this, but he adds to that, like what you're missing with the Bashard brothers going.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
to me, he's much
Speak.
like a Richie Faulkner. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sometimes you just get somebody who joins the band, and they're just in the background.
Mm-hmm.
They're just the new guy.
No, they're hired gun. Yeah.
Yeah, but he adds to it. So heaven forbid it would be my number 12.
Okay.
Ralph, what you got?
All right, I'm mirroring you as far as number 14, but I don't hate it as much as you. Uh,
Wow.
Club Ninja, because there's two songs I like off it.
Wow.
I like the cover White Flag that opens the album,
Mm.
and I like Perfect Water.
Cool.
Don't like the rest. At number 13, Curse of the Hidden Mirror. We mirror that as well.
Hmm.
I guess I'll give it another chance. I just didn't think much of it. Still don't. And at number 12, Imaginos.
Hmm.
For a lot of the reasons that Nick said, it doesn't sound like a blues cult album. There's a lot of flaws in those three albums. So that's my 12. All right. Now you go to number 11 there, Mick.
Okay, number 11. This is where it gets kind of crazy and maybe even a little blasphemous for a lot of BOC fans.
Oh,
Godzilla.
I'm ready to get pissed at you, motherfucker.
Oh, you're gonna get pissed. You're gonna get
Oh, I
pissed.
know.
All right, so coming at number 12 from 2001, Curse of the Hidden Mirror. I think this is a really fucking good album. And Wadzilla, you said that there's not a lot of creepiness on here. I gotta disagree, dude. I mean, I think is it the classic creepiness of EOC? Not really, but I mean, the Old Gods Return. That
Great
song
song.
is
Great
totally
song.
H.P. Lovecraft kind of vibing lyrics. I
Correct me if I'm
love
wrong. That's on side one.
that's the third song on the album.
Yeah, side one.
That's That's fucking cool. It's one step ahead of the devil. Here Comes That Feeling, I think, is an excellent song. Out of the Darkness, Stone of Love, Eye of the Hurricane, excellent tracks. Two songs that I think are two of the worst BOC songs. Fucking here, no, Pocket's okay. I think Pocket's kind of cool. In this day and age, would be considered racist, probably. But
White boys.
Yeah, right. Yeah, hip hop dudes and the white boys. Yeah. What's the song? I Just Like to Be Bad. I just like to be bad. First name Tony. A horrible song. And Good to Feel Hungry. Awful.
Terrible.
But I mean, I like this album, dude, a lot. And I mean, I don't skip any tracks on it. It's all right. Now here's where Wadzilla's gonna be pissed. Coming in number 11 for me. Tyranny and Mutation.
Oh, you fuckstick. Fucking Eric Shittenham on bass over here. Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I knew you were going to say it, and it kind of pains me, dude. Everybody loves this album, and I don't know, dude. I just don't think the songwriting is all that on this album. The vibe is there.
Mother.
I am. The vibe is there. The spirit is there. I just, in my opinion, I don't really think, I know this is blasphemous, I just don't really think that Blue Oyster Cult really found their strengths on this one. I mean, the Red and the Black's awesome. OD and Life Itself, Hot Rails to Hell. The Black Side, I think, is killer. Seven Screaming Disbusters, Hot Rails to Hell. But side 2, the Red, Baby Ice Dog. Wings Wetted Down's awesome. Teen Archer, Mistress of the Salmon Salt, Quicklime Girl. I don't know. I think this album's really front loaded. Side, the Black Side, whatever, is killer. The other side, not so much to me. But it doesn't suck. And here's another blasphemous pick. Oh my God. The debut, Blue Oyster Cult.
Fuck you. Fuck you and your fucking asshole. Kentucky fuck.
Okay. Hang on before you start throwing shit at me.
No, fuck you. Fuck you, straight up.
If you watch my ranking video, this one would have been a lot lower than it was. I actually think I put Club Ninja ahead of this, which is insane, okay? I love this album. I love the songwriting.
I don't want to hear your production bullshit.
The production sucks, dude. The production sucks. The only reason this climbed up higher on my list is because of that live album that came out a couple months ago. That made me realize how good this album was. If this album had the production of Agents or fucking any album,
slam a beer right now in front of my face. Slam a whole fucking beer. That stupid ass shit.
I'm out of beer, dude. I just drank my.
What? You got some hard liquor?
I got a whole shelf over here of hard liquor. I'll get some Jägermeister.
I tell you what, you do some more stupid shit like this, I say do some fentanyl, motherfucker.
All right. I will anal enema some Jägermeister. Yeah, but dude, the production just weighs it down. But I love the songs on this. I just prefer the 50th anniversary live album better. So there you go, gentlemen.
All right. Hey, Taco Bell boy. You want me to go or are you ready?
No, you go. I'm the last guy.
Okay. All right. All right. Where the fuck am I? With your Gordita ass. Okay.
Gordator.
My number 11 is The Revolution by Night.
Oh.
There's some songs I like on here. There's some songs I really like on here. Take Me Away, Eyes on Fire, Shooting Shark. But Rick Downey is no Albert Bouchard. You said you were out of beer, you fucking son of a bitch.
I found this one in my Ghostbusters lunchbox.
Chug it right now, live.
Okay,
the whole fucking thing.
Hang on, it's a Little Kings for St. Patty's Day. You want me to chug it?
All right, chug it.
All right, here we go. Cheers. There you go.
There, we're both slammed a beer.
Awesome.
All right. So, Revolution by Night. There's like 3 fucking good songs on here. Bruce Fairbairn. There's a reason this guy was fucking murdered. And this is one of the fucking albums, you know. Besides the fucking Loverboy, the fucking Arrow shit, and the fucking Van Hagar shit he did.
Psycho
Uh,
suck ass.
yeah, another reason this cocksucker deserved to get shot in the back of the head
He ruined
twice.
the Kiss reunion. Fuck him.
Yeah, twice,
Yeah.
two in the back of
Right.
two in the back of the head. Fuck this motherfucker. But the shit I like on this, I like. And I love the album cover a lot more than you guys. But then again, as a little kid, like looking at this on vinyl, I'm like, I don't know. I thought it was fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
But there's horrible songs like fucking Veins. Uh, I think Light Years of Love sucks cock. And I love Joe Bouchard.
He's
Even though
awesome.
there's another song coming up here, I think is possibly one of the worst BOC songs ever is a Joe Bouchard song. But anyway, yeah, Revolution by Night, not good. There's some songs I love, but man, I really thought they'd capitalize on the success of Fire of Unknown and fucking uh, Extraterrestrial Live was a successful album for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, too overproduced, man. Too over fucking produced.
Yeah.
But like Ralph said, man, fucking Take Me Away. What a fucking song.
That's
That's
killer.
and it's BOC, even though like you got the Aldo Nova fucking thing, and you know, hey, I love fantasy as much as the next guy.
Aldo Nova's first album's incredible.
But man, that fucking mix and the lyrics, man, that's BOC fucking through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Love that shit. All right, so anyway, Revolution by Night. Now this is one that'll probably be controversial to you guys. Uh, my number 10 is The Symbol Remains. And I love this album. I love this album. I think it's a step in the right direction. What's Mick doing?
I gotta take a piss. I'm gonna take a piss
Okay.
live.
All
on
right.
the
All right.
show. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe for the
Yeah.
first time ever in the
Show
history.
the dong. Show the dong.
I-
Okay, so Symbol Remains. I do love this album. I do love this album. I think it's much better than the other albums that had no Bashard involvement. Um, I think they could have trimmed a song or two. But to me, it sounds much more BOC musically and lyrically than Heaven Forbid or Curse of the Hidden Mirror. Again, like I said, a little bit too long. But what Richie Castellano adds to this band, I love. And again, from this point, I mean, from Revolution on, I love all these albums, but you gotta rank them somewhere. But if this is going to be the last album of like new songs, I'm good with that. I think they ended on a fucking high note. I love Florida Man. I would like to think that I am part of that song, you know, considering what happened at my Florida show, which I was too embarrassed to talk to Buck Dharma about when I interviewed him. Uh, and man, that one of the highlights of my life
That's
was
awesome.
interviewing Buck Dharma, dude. I
That was
was
a
so fucking.
that was a great
I
episode,
was.
man.
Thank you. I was so
Mhm.
like. I know that wasn't Rock and Metal Combat. That was Diablos, but I was so like, oh. And Toomey set up because Toomey thinks BOC sucks. He's like, ugh. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I know you like this band. I was like, motherfucker, set this shit up. And I was at work. I had to go hide out like in a fucking electric room and do
Wow.
this interview while I'm working and getting paid, you know, and doing this shit. But it was a fun interview. It was amazing. But no, I like this album, but I know you guys like it more than me. But again,
Oh, yeah.
I no bitching about it. And it to me it truly is a return to form. But I just think every other album on this list is better than that. But
Okay.
that is my 11 through 9. Or
Okay.
no, wait a minute. I fucked up here. Wait a minute. Do I do one more? Okay. No, I do one more. Okay.
Yeah.
We're doing 3. This is throwing me all off. Okay. So yeah, I did 14 through 12. Okay. Symbol Remains. Okay, my number 9. My number 9 is 1979's Mirrors.
Ooh.
Um, I love this album, and this was a weird one. Like, I don't remember my dad having this on vinyl. I think, like, growing up, he had all the albums from the first one, and I'm talking studio and live. He had all of them through Revolution by Night on vinyl, except for this one. And I bought this one at a used record store on cassette.
Mm.
And at the time when I bought this, which was 93, I had a cassette deck in this car. I went from having a 6-disc Alpine pull out to my next car had a tape deck. And I bought this one. I love Mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're one of the worst songs I think by Blue Oyster Cult is on this, and that's a Joe Bouchard track called "Moon Crazy."
Ooh.
I think sucks. I hate Moon Crazy, but I love Doctor Music. I love The Great Sun Jester. Oh yeah, I fucking hate In Thee. I think In Thee's fucking sucks. I love the title track. Yeah, Moon Crazy sucks. The Vigil, I think is amazing. I Am the
Fucking love
Storm,
it.
I love. A song that was not supposed to be on this album, but ended up on there. You're Not the One I Was Looking For.
Yep.
Was Albert Bouchard like he was kind of making fun of the Cars, and he's like, I could write a Cars song in my sleep.
He
And
nailed
to
it.
me, he did it because it sounds
Yeah.
like the greatest Cars song you've never heard. I
Right.
mean, it is, it's so repetitive of what the Cars, and I'm a huge Cars fan, so,
Mhm.
um, but it's one of those like he did it as a joke, and Tom Werman, the producer, um, said, "Oh no, we got to put that on." That's a fucking amazing. But I love
Mhm.
that song, and the last song, "Lonely Teardrops."
Oh, it's great.
Oh my God, do I love Lonely Teardrops. And that was a song was written by Alan Lanier. And around this time, he was very, butthurt and sad because he split up with Patti Smith.
Mm.
And In the and Lonely Teardrops were both written about his breakup with Patti Smith.
Mm.
Um, but this is one they never played until they did a show right after his death, when the first half of the set list was all Alan Lanier written songs. And
That's
I
awesome.
believe it was, yeah, the first time it was ever played. And oh my God, they had the background singers. Have you seen this on YouTube, Mick?
I have not. No.
Oh my God, go on
Never
there and
knew.
look it up. I think
Okay.
it's from 2016 or something like that.
Okay.
Type BOC, Lonely Teardrops, with the background singers and live. It's at BB
Oh,
King's in New York.
I bet
It's
it's amazing.
fucking oh, it sounds so good because the guitar solo. It's so Buck. It's
Yeah.
so Buck. And I'll tell you one thing. Like I'm a huge Buck Dharma fan. I think he is
Hmm.
such an underrated guitar player. So amazing. And I'll never forget when I heard that horrible Guns N' Roses album, Chinese Democracy. But
Yeah.
I love the song better. I love it. To me, the solo break on there, that the amazing, what's the dude from Nine Inch Nails?
Oh, Robin Fink.
Robin.
Robin
Yeah.
Fink. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. To me, the guitar solo on that he plays
Mm.
sounds just like Buck Dharma. I'm like,
Oh, I
oh
have to
my
listen to
God. Yeah, listen, think about that. Go
that.
back,
Okay.
listen to the guitar solo on Better and think Buck Dharma. And I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you're going to fucking hear it. But
Cool.
anyway, no, I like Mirrors. I know a lot of people fucking hate it, and I get it because a lot of the songs, I mean, there's some great songs, but for the most part, lyrically, it's not creepy BOC.
No, it's not.
It's BOC like, hey, Spectres didn't sell like we thought it should,
Hmm.
and we're gonna capitalize on the California like Fleetwood Mac rumors.
Right.
We're gonna do this bright, shiny album, and the fans turned their back on it.
Yep.
And then you saw they went metal times 10 with the next album.
Right.
But this was their experiment. Like, Spectres didn't work. We thought we did a great album, but you motherfuckers didn't buy it like you did Agents of Fortune, which I'll never understand.
Me either.
But anyway, fucking Mirrors would be my number 9. Ralph?
All right, my next one will be Revolution by Night.
Oh, okay. We both had the same 11. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like a lot of the songs because of that drum machine thing. It kind of
Yeah.
ruins
Yeah.
it for me. It has that 80s, the
Like,
Gates production. That is,
I was going to say Gady's production.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Gates drum sound. I don't like it at all. So, but yeah, Take Me Away is like my third favorite BOC song.
All right.
Then at number 10, Agents of Fortune.
Ooh,
I think it's an overrated album. I think it sold the most because of Don't Fear the Reaper,
that's a
which
hot
is
take.
which is
I agree with Ralph.
which
Do
which
you? Okay.
which Don't Fear the Reaper is one of the greatest. It is the best song on that album. I love a lot of stuff. What's that? Lavender. Is it right? Lavender? Is Lavender on there?
No, you're talking
Tenderloin?
about Tenderloin. Yeah.
Tenderloin. Tenderloin. I love that song.
Yeah.
ETI is okay. I like Tattooed Vampire.
Oh yeah.
The rest is kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't think it's that great. And I think that's why Boys the Cult is not a huge band because everybody that bought Agent of Fortune were thrown off balance when they heard the other songs other than Don't Fear the Reaper, which is a freaking masterpiece.
Oh, it's amazing.
Love that song. All right. Then Heaven Forbid. I love Heaven Forbid. It's heavy, probably the heaviest Cult album song. See You in Black, Hammer Back, X-Ray Eyes. Good stuff. Still Burning. Good
love that song.
stuff. Yeah. I think Heaven Forbid is awesome. So those are my next three. Those are my last three. All right, Mick.
Cool.
Go to your whatever number it is.
All right, as I said, what would this be? 14, 13, 12,
Number
11,
8.
10, 9. Number 8. Okay, thank you, Wadzilla, for keeping count. Number 8 to me. Wadzilla just got done talking about it. Was it 1979's Mirrors? Yeah. Wadzilla, I was wanting to ask you when you finished talking about this. Do you think this is a sellout album? Do you think BOC sold out?
Yeah. No, it is. I think it's a reaction to like they had the success of Agents of Fortune.
Yep.
Okay, and then they release Spectres, which spoiler alert to me is a superior album.
Totally agree.
But it didn't sell the way that Agents did. Yep. Then they did Some Enchanted Evening in 1978, which is actually their biggest selling album. Is Some Enchanted Evening.
Which is insane because it's a live album with like 6 songs.
But it was the 70s. It was the 70s. Live albums were a big deal. So, but they're looking at like, okay, we thought we knocked it out of the park with Spectres. It didn't work. Maybe we need to go with a different producer. Rumors is the big thing. We need to go with the California sound. I mean, the whole band even like went from they're an East Coast band. They went from the East Coast to California, did Mirrors, and tried to do like, what are we doing wrong? I think it was the band second guessing themselves.
That's what I was going to say. Absolutely.
And then they got Tom Werman, which so many people have worked with Tom Werman, talk shit about him. And I'm like, fuck you. Tom Werman gave you the best success of your life.
Yep.
Right.
And a lot of times made a great album. He did it with Cheap Trick. He did it with Motley Crue. Yeah. He did it with Twisted Sister. All these all these bands talk shit, but I'm like, this guy got you where you needed to be. The one exception is Blue Öyster Cult.
Yeah.
Because I think Blue Öyster Cult fans like the creepiness that he took away from this album. I think but I love the bright lights of this, and I'm a motherfucker. I hate in the summertime when it's light longer. I love the winter when it gets dark early because nothing good happens in the daylight.
Good
fuck
point.
This. All the fun shit happens in the nighttime.
That's right.
This is a daylight album.
It is. Like, look at the album.
But there's good songs on it. There are good songs on it. But in 1979, disco was king. Everything that Blue Öyster Cult had going for him was against them in 1979, and this album did
Absolutely.
nothing to change it. But I still think it's a very enjoyable album.
Right. All right. Yeah. So that's my next pick, Mirrors. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're totally right. It's a very, I mean, look at the album cover. You know, it's a car parked,
Yeah,
you know,
and what a lot of people don't notice,
it's a painting.
uh, and especially is, because like you're like me,
Mhm.
when I bought it on CD, it was that same horrible like discount bin cover. In the
Collector's choice.
clouds, there's sperm in the clouds.
Really?
Yeah, you can't see it in that, but if you have like the original vinyl, you can see
Okay.
sperm in the clouds.
I've
Which,
got that. I'll have to look. I thought I just jacked off onto my album cover. I don't know.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
actually sperm in the. I don't think you'll see it on that, but if you
No, you
Google it,
won't.
there's sperm in the clouds.
Okay, I got it on vinyl. Yeah, I'll check. But yeah, this album, I mean, it's BOC. There is no of the darkness and the creepiness on this. It's all very sunshine and happy. You totally nailed it with the California Fleetwood Mac vibe. But dude, the Vigil redeemed this album.
Jam, 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 jam,
Yeah.
jam.
The first time I
That shit's
seen
awesome.
BOC, dude, it is. The first time I seen them was back in 2018 here in Louisville. And dude, I was right up fucking front. Made my way right up front, right in front of Richie and Eric Bloom. And they fucking went into the Vigil, dude. And I about shit my pants.
And
I
you're
mean,
like,
this out.
in a perfect vision,
Yes.
vision.
That's great. I mean, this is a good album, man. It's just this is the first kind of kink in the fucking armor of BOC.
Yep.
You know, good album,
Yep.
but you know, I like it better than the first one. It's crazy. I know it's
Oh, you
blasphemous.
dick. All right.
I know. I'm Dick Twatkins.
You had me, then you lost me.
Right, so that'd be 14. All right, so what is this number? Which one's this? 8?
That's your number 9.
Number 9. Okay, number 9. Number 8. I absolutely love this album. Now, I remember, like I told like my story earlier, this is the album. This is one of the first ones that I seen in the store back when I was younger. And I just remember seeing this album because I used to go with my dad. My dad is a huge influence on me and my love of rock and metal. And me and my dad used to always go to these fucking used CD stores and shit, and these book and music exchanges. And I remember in the late 90s, we would go and in the used cutout bins, dude, I would see 10 fucking copies of this album. And I would always pick it up. I'd be like, this looks pretty fucking rad. This looks cool, but I'm a teenager with no job. I'm not going to, buy one album that I just saved up with grass cutting money to maybe take a chance on something I don't know about. But my next pick, 1998, Heaven Forbid. I wish I would have bought this back in 98, dude, because I would have fucking loved it. I think this album kicks ass. See You in Black, Harvest Moon, one of the greatest VOC songs of all time. Power Underneath Despair. Love that one. Fucking Cold Gray Light of Dawn's excellent. Still Burning. This album kicks ass. It's fucking awesome. And I love the album cover, which, if you noticed, the album cover right there, that's totally Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 2. When he takes the burlap sack off his head, that's totally Jason.
Not seen it, but hey, good for you.
Dude, check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
There's an alternative cover with Morgan Fairchild.
Yeah,
that's if you open it up and remove the disc, it's the horror. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people talk shit about the cover of Heaven Forbid. But if you open it up, it's the Morgan Fairchild, which to me is 1,000 times worse.
Right. Cover. And with this though, this right here is the Frontiers reissue that I bought. It's remastered. Sounds much better than the original. Check this out. If you open the CD case, and you take the disc out, they remove that. Thank God.
And it just okay. See, I have the original when they were on CMC.
Yeah.
Which to most people knows in the 90s, CMC was Cheesy Music Cemetery.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
Yeah, because that's where like Warrant went, all these horrible bands. Yeah. But that's the only place. Actually, the first thing that BOC did on CMC was a live compilation called Summer Days. That was like them and Steppenwolf.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, from the 90s. Yeah, look up Summer Days.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck CMC. But no, I would like to hear. I should do that. I should download like the Frontiers version, because I
Yeah.
will say this: as much as I hated cult classics,
Yeah.
um, I downloaded the Frontiers remaster of it,
Yeah.
and the sound quality was a lot better.
Oh, it's way
Like,
better.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's polishing a turd, but
Yeah. Well, Andy,
but the
like,
sound quality was better.
right. And if you look at the album cover, they kind of darkened it and they added kind of a blue hue on it, which makes
Yeah,
it way better looking to me. Because the
I don't
original
know.
album cover kind of sucks in my
I like
opinion.
the original better, and
Do you?
there's a lot of people talking about like what a horrible decision that was from BOC to make. They're like, that's hor. But Buck Dharma was the one who said, "I love this." He goes, "I want people to see this in a record store and it
Yeah.
to shock them,
I think it was a
you
wise
know,
choice, man. Yeah.
and to freak them out." And well, I mean, I don't know. Is it the best album cover? No. Does it look a
No.
little bit too computer graphic? Yes, but it's better than the Morgan Fairchild cover.
Oh, that's
Come
fucking
on,
awful.
you know
Awful.
that's that's. But what I love was like the BOC symbol in the eye.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because to
that's
me,
creepy.
every BOC album cover is where is the symbol, and that's the
Absolutely.
thing a lot of people didn't notice about Spectres. And I didn't understand as a kid, because
Mhm.
if you didn't have the vinyl of Spectres, you didn't realize that the symbol was in the mirror ball that was in the very left corner
Yep.
of
Under
the
the
album
table.
cover. And
Yeah.
when they did it on CD, it was cropped out. You
Yeah,
didn't
it gets
see it.
lost. Yeah.
Yeah, so shit was lost over time. Like Ralph says, everything was better in the 70s, and you had big covers on vinyl. Ralph wins
Absolutely.
again.
He always does. All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my next pick. Here we go. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6. This album's a masterpiece. I love this album to death, but I just prefer everything after this more. Got to go with 1974's Secret Treaties.
Oh,
I love Secret Treaties. Perfect fucking album. Career of Evil, Subhuman, Dominance and Submission. Only song I really don't care for on this album is KG Cretans, but it's cool. It's
oh,
fucking BOC. I love it, but I don't think it stacks up. But dude, the last 3 tracks, Harvester of Eyes, Flaming Telepaths, and Astronomy, some of the best moments in the whole discography. So Secret Treaties from 74.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and I
go
was wanting to
next.
follow up one thing. Hang on. Hey, Ralph,
Okay.
I'm ready to crack this open. What
What's
is this?
that?
What
What'd
is
you
this?
call me? Nigga, what?
Cracker.
Is that the
Cracker,
Jaws?
motherfucker. This is the Jaws beer.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I'm going to crack this open in honor of you. I've been saving this for
Awesome.
months, dude. So, yeah.
I didn't even know they still made them.
They do, but this was just from this is actually an older beer from last year. This is a limited edition. So, yeah. In honor of you and your love for Jaws.
Very
I'm gonna drink
cool,
this
dude.
motherfucker.
Thank you. That's awesome, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, you slam that. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a piss before going to my next.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I should go.
Okay, hold on.
At number 8, I'm gonna go with Mirrors.
Okay.
I love Mirrors. I love NV. I know Ian doesn't like it, dude. That's one of my favorite. Boy,
I think it's a great song.
beautiful song. It's gorgeous.
I agree.
Yes, the visual kicks ass, Dr. Music, great
Yeah.
Sun Jester. I love this album. But yeah, I like 8 more.
Cool.
All
Totally
right,
get
at
it.
number 7, Tyranny and Mutations. It's my least favorite of the black and white stuff, but I like it. I do like the album. But yeah, that would be my next one. Then, pretty high up on my list, the last one.
Symbol Remains.
I love the hell out of that album, man. I love Fight. That song.
Dude, my son is 12 years old and he loves that song.
That song rules.
Yeah, it kicks ass.
I love it. I love the Richie sung songs.
Mm-hmm.
I just rip an album, man. I love all songs on it.
I totally agree, man. I think, like, to me, it is one of the very best albums released in the 2020 so far.
Yeah, I think it just floored me. How good.
Yeah.
I just thought it was amazing, really, you know?
I agree.
Yeah. So that would be my number 6, I guess. You know? All right, Ian's
Yeah.
back. All right, Ian.
What
Now,
I miss?
now it's your turn. I just picked Mirrors, then Tyranny of Mutations, then The Symbol Remains.
Oh, you fucking dickheads. Okay. What number are we on? Okay. Eight through 6, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. My number 8. And this was a tough one. This was a tough one. Because I love this fucking album.
Mm-hmm.
Much more than you motherfuckers. Number 8 is Imaginos.
Oh,
Oh my god, do I love this fucking album. I do understand like the fucking like, ooh, is this a BOC? Is it not? A lot of this album was pre-recorded and then Buck and Eric were brought in later
right.
and even Joe, to an extent. But I just think the song, I love the production. Sandy Pearlman, to me, really redeemed himself after what he did on fucking Club Ninja
I
with
mean,
this one. I think it sounds great. I love it. Yeah, there's like a couple of songs where like, who's this fucking voice? This ain't BOC.
all right.
But
Ooh,
to me,
Texas.
it all fucking works, dude. I fucking love Imaginos. I think it's great, and I've got all the, Albert Bouchard went on to do the trilogy, and there's great shit and bad shit on every 3 of those albums. Uh, Albert Bouchard's doing this in his 70s. He doesn't have the same voice. He doesn't have all that. But I think it's cool the way he's reinterpreting the songs and everything. But, we're talking about 88's Imaginos. I fucking love it. I think it's great. And this was the first one that I bought as a music fan. I mean, 88, I was 14. And
Okay.
this came out, and I remember seeing, the ad in Hit Parader. It
Cool.
was like a children time story for adults.
The Children
or
of the
something.
Damned. Yeah.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that, that Stephen King wrote or whatever. I loved it. I love everything about this album, and to me it has Gady's production, but in the best possible way. I don't know. I just love Imaginos.
All right. Hey, Ian, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
How much of that do you think is timeline?
Now that's one I can't honestly answer.
Okay.
I can't. I mean, I love it, and as I listen to it now, I still stand by it. It's one of those things like, I mean, there's some shit that with Timeline, I
Right.
listen to and I'm like, it's not that good, but I remember I finger banged this girl and blah blah blah.
Right. Because
okay, it takes me back there.
right.
There's nothing about this album that I can say like my opinion had changed. I mean, I loved this from the minute I heard it. I really fucking did.
Cool.
But it could very well be this was my first BOC that like I heard brand new and as a heavy metal fan.
Gotcha.
Like, the shit before this, you have to take Club Ninja out of the equation. Everything before that, I heard because my dad played it.
Yeah, I get it. And you didn't really live in the moment with it.
Yeah. But it was one of those things like when this album came out, like I'd go to my dad with, look, Dad, in the new Hit Parader, BOC has a new album. And I remember like going to the store with my dad. We bought it on cassette. We put it in the tape deck.
Right.
And we were both like, fuck yeah.
This is cool.
We like this. And I remember, my dad, I don't even know if my dad ever heard Club Ninja, but I know he liked it better than Revolution by Night. To him, it was more BOC.
Right.
But I've just always loved this, and I've been intrigued by the story, which Yeah, don't ask me to explain it. I still can't understand it. I mean, Martin Popoff's written a whole book about what it's about, and he doesn't know what it's
Right,
about.
like that's just his own like interpretation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like it's a Sandy Pearlman fucking, it's like Elder but better, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, love Imaginos. My
Cool.
number 7, and this could be considered as a hot take by some. My number 7 is Agents of Fortune.
Hmm.
And I think Ralph brought up a lot of great points about this. To me, Agents of Fortune is their weakest 70s album.
Ooh.
And I kind of see where, like, much like what Ralph said, people who love Don't Fear the Reaper hear the other shit and they're like, I don't really like this band.
Mm-hmm.
This Ain't the Summer of Love I like. True Confessions, I like now, but I hated for years.
All right.
Don't Fear the Reaper, a classic. ETI, I know that's a fan favorite. I know people love it. Never been a huge fan of ETI.
I love, I love, I love ETI on Some Enchanted Evening.
Yeah.
I
Right.
really do. I love it. It
No,
may be my favorite song off that live album.
Okay. Yeah. But like that's one that never grabbed me. Revenge
No,
of Veer.
Ian, I'll be honest with you. I don't think the studio version grabs me either. I mean, because I heard the live version first. Then when I heard that
Right.
version, I just felt it was kind of flat, studio version. I like
No, I hear you. That's the song. But what's funny, there's an album coming up earlier where there's a song I hated that I love now. Uh, and I think I might love it more now because of a live version. So, I mean, there is shit like that. Revenge of Veer Gemini, I've always loved. I think that's just, incredible, incredible fucking track. Never liked Tattooed Vampire.
What?
Yeah.
I like that.
Wow. That song rules, dude.
I just saw BOC, and that was one of the encores was Tattooed Vampire. Bobby Blitz from Overkill, he had this, cover band he did.
Yeah.
And they did Tattooed Vampire. I'm like, really? To me, that's like a bottom tier fucking BOC song.
That's like one of their most heavy metal songs.
I love
like,
but
in that era,
To each their own. But to me, one of the greatest fucking BOC songs is Morning Final.
I love it.
I am a Joe Bouchard for the most part. I am a Joe, like I hate Light Years of Love and Moon Crazy, but there are so many Joe Bouchard songs that are like my favorites of all time. Morning Final is definitely my top 10.
That's cool.
And then you follow that motherfucker up with Tenderloin. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But then you end it with Debbie Denise, and I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you in the fucking ass. Debbie Denise fucking sucks ass. That is like one of the worst songs. That is like, Peter Criss laughing at you. Like I'd rather listen to Beth than fucking Debbie Denise. Oh my God, does that song suck? But Ralph brought up a great point. I could see people buying this album because of Don't Fear the Reaper. Right. And to me, it's a very misinterpretation of what BOC is about as a whole.
Don't Fear the Reaper?
No, Agents of Fortune.
Oh,
you know what I mean? They buy it because they like Don't Fear the Reaper. Right. They listen to all the other songs. They're like, what the fuck is this band all about?
Right.
Because I mean, let's be honest. I think one of the best explanations of Don't Fear the Reaper is it's a ripoff of the Byrds. It's very like if you guys I love my dad's music of the 60s. Okay. If you listen to the Byrds and Roger McGuinn and all this shit, Don't Fear the Reaper is very much like the Byrds on steroids.
See, I didn't know that. I don't. Yeah. I know nothing about the Byrds. I know nothing about.
Yeah. Yeah, check them out. Great band.
Okay.
Great band. But anyway, so but it's not a good interpret. You know, you hear that and then you hear Debbie Denise, you're like, fuck this shit,
Right.
Debbie Denise, get the fuck out of here. So anyway, but I mean, you got to give it respect. It's Agents of Fortunes. Okay,
Right.
and then my sixth album, and boy, this was a tough one. This is the first one I remember. The first one, like, this shit is burned in the back of my fucking brain. And I should have a tattoo, and maybe eventually I'll get a tattoo of it. Cultosaurus erectus. I fucking love me some Cultosaurus erectus. It is my number 6. Um, you know, I don't like Hungry Boys. But to me, there's so much, like, you know, it was their bounce back from Mirrors.
Yeah.
But you got Black Blade. You got one of my favorite BOC songs that they've only played once. Monsters.
Oh, I love Monsters.
Oh, I love Monsters. I love fucking Divine Wind. Amazing.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people, like, you know, they say it's because it was about the Iranian hostage crisis and shit that happened in 79. Why they never brought it back, though, I don't give a fuck what it's about or if it's topical. It's a great fucking song.
I'd love to hear it
Deadline.
now.
I love fucking Deadline.
Yes, I love it.
Great fucking song. And then you hit fucking, you know, Hungry Boys. You know, and I'm like, you know, Ralph and I have much fun with Will Carroll making fun about fucking Hungry Boys. But, I mean, Lips in the Hills, fucking Unknown Tongue, you know, this shit, I mean, it's such a solid album. You got the Martin Birch production.
Oh, yeah.
Which gives them a return to the creepiness, you know? And that's what you need out of Blue Oyster Cult, man. That shit's got to be creepy. You know, it's got to be this, like, that's the thing about Blue Oyster Cult. They don't have to be the heaviest band.
No.
You know, there's nothing flashy like Kiss, but you want that creepiness, you know? And I think that's like when everybody's like, oh, Ghost is like BOC. Ghost was like BOC on the first album.
Yeah.
The first Ghost album was like creepy as fuck and like, oh, what the fuck? But then they get all like, hey, we're fucking ABBA, you know? And it's like, you know, like to me, like Ghost has released 7 albums that sound like fucking Mirrors. You know?
I don't know, man. Like even on their like recent stuff, I still hear the BOC influence. Like a lot.
Little bit, but the production, dude, and the choruses, it's all like jazz hand shit.
I get that, but listen to the song Spillways. Spillways is totally Sinful Love.
Don't get me started on Spillways. That fucking shit.
It's Sinful
I thought
Love,
that was
dude.
CNC Music Factory. That sounds more like CNC Music Factory.
That
than
opening that opening riff with the piano is totally Sinful Love, dude.
All right, well, fuck you. You're retarded.
I'm from Kentucky, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a hat on a hat.
There you go.
But I love you. But yeah, I would have to go with Cultosaurus erectus. That is my number 6. I love that fucking album. To me, other than Hungry Boys, it's fucking perfect. And Martin Birch was a great fucking choice.
He was amazing. One of the best.
All right, who's up next?
Oh, Mick, I'm gonna be back.
All right, want me to go?
What's your number 5?
Dude, number 5. Ian Godzilla, you just talked about it. 1980s Cultosaurus erectus. Nice. Today I was hanging with my son and we were cruising around and I listened to this in the car. Dude, this album is fucking, it's perfection, dude. I love every track, even Hungry Boys. My son, who I just recently said earlier, he's 12 years old. He really digs Hungry Boys. And while it's not the greatest BLC song, the fact that a 12-year-old kid in 2024 could like a Blue Oyster Cult song.
What's your favorite song on Cultosaurus?
Oh, Divine Wind, easily.
Nice.
Either
What's your
that,
least favorite?
Probably Fallen Angel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Black Blade fucking kicks ass. Monsters kicks ass. You said they did it live. How in the fuck would they do that little jazzy breakdown with the saxophone?
See, that's what I'm wondering is like,
right.
I think they probably tried to do. They did it, I think, in Florida.
Okay.
If you go on Setlist FM or whatever.
I'm on there all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did it once in Florida, and that was it. And what I'm wondering is like, did they do it without the sax and didn't think that it sounded right or
He might
whatever?
have did it like Buck might have did a guitar solo there and played the same
Well, see,
thing.
that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Like, can't you do
Or
monsters? But
or
I mean, how many
keyboards.
times have you seen bands where like they cover another instrument but play it on another? You know,
Oh, that
like
happens all the
God,
time.
to me, monsters, I would be like, holy fuck. But
It's
yeah,
fucking awesome.
supposedly only played once in Florida, and I don't
I'd,
know if it was at Ralph's show.
I'd love to hear
I'll
it.
tell you what. Let
No, I've
me
never seen him play it.
let me look this up, and I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. Uh,
Okay. Well, can
you
I?
you can talk about this more going your next album, but I'm going to look into monsters.
Yeah, yeah, you're good. Can I go on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, cool. Yeah, yeah. Fucking Divine Wind's amazing. I love the combo of Divine Wind and Deadline. To me, that's two of the best things BOC ever fucking did. The Marshall Plan, cheesy, but it's awesome. And I love, kind of like Divine Wind and Deadline, I love the finale of Lips in the Hills and Unknown Tongue. God, amazing. First time I seen BOC was in 2018 here at the Bourbon Hall in Louisville. And they played Unknown Tongue for the first time in like,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
wow. I've never seen him.
They it was the first time they had done it since 2011, and this was in 2018, which I found that out on setlist.fm. Dude, I about shit my hand or shit my hands, shit my pants. Yeah, Unknown Tongue, for the longest time, I was always kind of like, what the fuck is that song about? It's about possession. That's so fucking
yeah.
cool, man. Like The Exorcist or some shit.
I
Yeah,
thought,
Cultosaurus Erectus.
Okay.
I thought
Now,
Unknown Song was about sucking on a tit. No? No, seriously.
Eric Bloom, Eric, no, I think Eric Bloom says that that's what Lips in the Hills is about.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
No,
Okay.
which,
So I looked it up real quick.
yep.
Monsters was only played one time on the Cultosaurus Erectus tour in El Paso.
El Paso, Texas.
I don't
Gotcha.
think they came down here during that tour. I could be wrong.
I am.
I don't know.
Right. So I got Cultosaurus Erectus. So that's cracking my top 5. Number 4, Ages of Fortune from
Oh shit! Where'd he go?
Gone.
He's gone.
All right, let me go until he comes back.
Okay.
My number 5, I guess, is
No. You need to go to your numbers.
yeah, it's 5. Yeah, when you went to the bathroom, I said it.
Okay. Okay. Never mind.
And symbol remains. All right, and number 5, Spectres. I love one of my favorite Boys to Call songs is I Love the Night. I love Nosferatu. I love Fireworks. Of course, Godzilla, Golden Age of Leather. Great album, man. That was my number 5. And number 4, the first Boys to Call album. Last Days of May, Cities of Flames. I mean, that album rules. I love it. But it's not my favorite of the black and white era. That goes to my number 3, Secret Treaties. Flaming Telepath, one of my favorite BOC songs. Career of Evil. Just a badass album, man. Absolutely love it. Is that 3? Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's 3. All right. Give me, what is yours? Top 2 now?
No. My number 5.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. My number 5 is Fire of Unknown Origin. I fucking love this album. I love every song on this album. A lot of people, especially, I don't know, like especially when you talk about 80s BOC, they're either Cultosaurus or Fire of Unknown Origin. I love both, but I will take Fire of Unknown Origin over it. I love every song. I love the tie-in with the heavy metal animated movie. shit like Don't Turn Your Back, uh, you know, Veteran of 1,000 Psychic Wars, the title track, which I'm surprised. Holy shit. They've only played the title track to this album one time and was on this tour. And this was a song they demoed. If you get the remastered of Agents of
Yeah.
Fortune, they have a
What was
version
it,
of this.
or was it Spectres?
No, it was on the Agents of
Okay.
Fortune.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they had the song back then. I think back then, I think Albert sang it. I think that might be the difference and stuff. But and on the original, on Fire Unknown, it was Eric. But oh my God, such a great song. Everything on this. There's not one thing I would change. The fucking album cover, the music. I mean, everything. I love Fire of Unknown Origin. Burning for You. Yeah, it's overplayed, but god damn, is it fucking amazing.
Joan Crawford.
Yeah, Joan Crawford. The Silver and Black. Uh, Everything on this. I love everybody's song on this. And I think the reason that, this overtakes Cultosaurus, which I love, uh, I think all the songs on this are better than Hungry Boys and the Marshall Plan. Other than that, like Cultosaurus is hard to beat, but I think every song on here beats Marshall Plan and Hungry Boys. Amazing. My number 4 would be Spectres. I fucking love this album. And why this one didn't take off, I'll never know. Because it had everything to me. I mean, everything, all the songs on here, it was all set up to beat Agents of Fortune. You had Godzilla, the riff of all riffs. I mean, Tony Iommi, would be hard to beat fucking the riff to Godzilla. Nosferatu, I Love the Night, Golden Ages of Leather, uh, Death Valley Nights, Fireworks. Even the lesser songs like Going Through the Motions are still fucking great. I mean, it's great fucking. It's fucking Blue Oyster Cult to me at its fucking best. Uh-oh. Is Mick Watkins coming back?
Yeah, he's coming back. But he might have to figure out the camera.
Yeah, unmute yourself. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. I'm back, guys. Sorry, my phone died. Fuck.
That's all right. Plug that shit in, motherfucker. I'm talking about Spectres as my number 4. I fucking love this album. There's not a song that I don't like. God, what a follow-up. What a follow-up to Agents of Fortune. And to me, this should have been the one that took them to the next level.
This should have been the one that had Don't Fear the Reaper on it as well. It was very different.
I mean, to me, like, the best way I can acknowledge this is Spectres is their Rock and Roll Over.
Yeah.
Which Rock and Roll Over is way better than Destroyer. But Destroyer is the one everybody holds dear. The same way I think everybody holds dear Agents of Fortune. But this one's better. You fucking nerds. Spectres, it's just it's fucking great. So I guess we got to go to our number 3, and then we each reveal our number 2. Okay, my number 3, and man, this is when it gets really hard, is my top 3. And I will say that my number 1 and my number 2 changed for the first time in almost 40 years. But as of the date we're recording this, my number 3 would be the debut album, Blue Oyster Cult. I love every fucking song, even Redeemed. I love, but fucking Cities on Flames, Transmaniacom, MC, fucking Scream, She's as Beautiful as a Foot. Then came The Last Days of May. oh fuck, it's just this. It doesn't get better than this. I don't know. I gotta change my fucking my background here. What do we got here? What do we got here? I changed another one. Oh, yeah,
That's
there we
all.
go. There we go.
Mick,
I love this shit. I love this. This album is so fucking good and so different. And they were supposed to be like America's answer to Black Sabbath, but to me, they couldn't be more different than Black Sabbath. To me, I mean, there was the subject matter, but this is, Black Sabbath meets fucking Peter, Paul, and Mary, or fucking, the Birds, or fucking, all this other shit. They were much more musical than Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
while I love both, I mean, this is just, to me, this is next level, perfect shit. God damn it, do I love this fucking album?
mhm.
Just, all right.
All right, Mick, weren't you in the middle of saying where were you at when you were cut off?
I was at my number 4 pick.
So why don't you do your top three?
Top 3. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. Getting back on track. Number 4 to me is from 1976, Agents of Fortune.
Yeah, that's where he got cut out.
Fucking love this album. Dude, this ain't the summer of love. Don't Fear the Reaper, True Confessions. I even love that song.
I love
But
it.
to
You
me,
got the CD. You tried to pick off the sticker and it didn't work, right?
no, that actually happened. Funny story. One night, the night I bought this album, me and my friends, we were cruising around in a buddy of mine's car, and we were listening to this album. This is back in 2005 or 2006. And we were listening to this album, and the case fell down in the floorboard of his car, and it got kicked around by a bunch of drunk fucking 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, and that's why it looks like that. Good
Yeah,
times, good times.
you should peel that shit off. I
Yeah,
don't like that shit on my CDs.
dude, me either. But yeah, that's totally from a cool story. So I left it. But yeah, I mean, it's just got such great fucking songs. But really, to me, man, this album, and I love "Don't Fear the Reaper." I love it. To me, like when you guys were talking about how like that song's not very vindicative of BOC. I think that song's BO, or I think that song is BOC through and through. And I'm really surprised that that song is the song that caught on with the mainstream audiences. Because to me, it's a creepy fucking song, man. It's fucking just awesome. Like it's very unsettling. It's dark. It's romantic. It's a bad fucking tune. Of all the songs, I really don't see why that was the one that caught on, but it did. But to me, the album really fucking picks up when you got track number 5, my favorite track on this album, maybe The Revenge of Vera Jiminy. I love
Yes.
that fucking song, dude. You're the kind of girl I'd like to find. Albert Bouchard sings that song. Fucking amazing. Love it. Sinful Love kicks ass. Tattoo Vampire. Morning Final. Tenderloin. Masterpieces, dude. I love this fucking album. I can totally see why this might have thrown people off. There's some weird fucking shit, but I think it's a masterpiece. Debbie Denise, I dig it, but
No, you don't.
it maybe should have been left on the cutting room floor. So yeah, number 4 for me, Agents of Fortune. Now earlier I was talking about timeline, and I asked you, Wadzilla, did you think that Imaginos was based on timeline? Maybe for me, this is based on timeline. But I absolutely love this album. Number 3 for me from 2020, The Symbol Remains.
That's cool.
Okay? I love this album. This was the first new Blue Oyster Cult album that I got to experience as a fan, even though I totally seen Heaven Forbid and Curse the Hidden Mirror when they were new in the stores. And I was curious about them, but being a teenager, they didn't have a job. They didn't want to waste his grass cut money on shit he didn't know about. I didn't pick him up. And I totally regret that. But The Symbol Remains, dude, I was totally waiting for this. I couldn't wait. And to me, this album fucking rules, dude. This is BOC in the 2020s. That was me Tainted Blood a couple years ago. Me and my ex-wife, which is kind of funny. Me and my ex-wife seen Blue Oyster Cult at the Indiana Bacon Festival in 2021. A bacon
That's
festival.
not funny. It's real. And
It's
that's what's
real.
sad.
It's fucking real. And I'm sitting there, I'm telling her because she liked them. She noticed she's my ex-wife, but she liked that she loves BOC. She liked them a lot. And we're sitting there and everybody's eating bacon on pizza and bacon fucking sandwiches and shit. And BOC's up there rocking. It was so bizarre. And I'm like, dude, these guys are so beyond this. They should be fucking playing the arenas. They should be where Black Sabbath and Judas Priest are.
Yep. No, I
Totally.
agree.
But they're not, unfortunately. But they're playing this bacon festival and they fucking killed it. And because it's at a bacon festival, I fought my way up front to the audience and I brought my Symbol Remains record, my vinyl, because I thought I'm going to meet these motherfuckers. Okay. And when they played, they kicked ass, they slayed it. And it was funny when they played Tainted Blood, which was one of the last tracks on the album. For some reason, that crowd erupted. And majority of the crowd was singing the words to Tainted Blood. And I thought that was fucking cool. I thought that was really fucking neat.
That's cool. When the show I went to when they played Tainted Blood, the majority of them pissed their fucking depends.
Right. I think that's one of the funniest fucking things you've ever said on the page is they were all wearing diapers and shit. That's fucking amazing.
They were.
That's hilarious. And sadly, that's probably the reality.
By the way, I got to bring up a point.
What's up?
Dick's here talking about, oh, they're beyond this. They should be headlining arenas.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. They were headlining arenas before 1984.
Dude, that's when the Gaties kicked in, was in 85, unfortunately.
85, they were no longer headlining arenas. They were playing festivals.
That's when everything went to shit, it seems. Yep. But yeah, but that night, though, I brought my vinyl of this, and I was determined to meet them. And I didn't get to meet all of them, but I'm out in the crowd, and after the gig, Richie Castellano comes out to greet some of the audience, and he's seen me, and he pointed at me really frantically, and he was like, dude, you're the YouTube review guy. And I was like, yeah, that's me. He was like, dude, I loved your fucking review of the album. That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Wow.
And he took my record and he autographed it. And he was like, dude, do you mind if I get a picture with you?
Wow.
And I was like, fuck no, dude, do it. So yeah, I stole, he posted it on Facebook and I stole that picture off of his Facebook. And it's like a cherished, like item for me.
Nice.
But regardless of that, I think this album is fucking awesome. My favorite track is Nightmare Epiphany. I love it. Edge of the World, Stand and Fight, Florida Man, The Alchemist. Man, amazing.
Oh.
I seen them play that live, and Eric Bloom had his little cloak on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome, dude. It was killer. And Fight, my son Grayson, he's 12 years old. He loves the song Fight. That's fucking cool. So maybe it's Timeline. I don't know. But The Symbol Remains is my third favorite BOC album. Then going into number 2, the album that started it all for me when I seen that creepy ass album cover in my mom's entertainment center from 1981, Fire of an Unknown Origin. To me,
you still got the Nice Price sticker on that shit.
Dude, I love Nice Price stickers. I love them. I love Nice. It's nostalgic for me. Nice Price, check it out. Yeah, but dude, this album to me is so fucking perfect. To me, every year around Halloween, I've got a list of things I listen to. Kiss, Creatures of the Night, Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon, Ozzy Osbourne. I listen to Ghost, Opus Eponymous. This is one of the ones I listen to around Halloween. This album is fucking dark, creepy, eerie, nocturnal BOC at their best. It almost feels like a concept album, which I know wasn't a lot of this written for heavy metal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I mean, the title track, Burning for You, amazing. Never get tired of it. Soul Survivor, Vengeance, The Pact. I love that. After Dark, I Want You. After Dark, Joan Crawford. Oh, I love it, dude. And Don't Turn Your Back. This album is so creepy and dark and mysterious sounding. This, to me, if I was going to turn anybody on to BOC, I'd probably give them this album. I'm like, this is Blue Öyster Cult. If you don't like this, you probably won't like the rest of their catalog. So, yeah, number 2, 1981, Fire of an Unknown Origin.
Number 1. Give us your number 1.
Oh, yeah? All right. The album that really hooked me into BOC, like I said earlier, talking about my origins with the band. I remember sitting in my buddy Slobby Robbie's bedroom. Me and my friends were all hanging out, smoking shit tons of weed. He had the black light going on. And we're spinning this on vinyl. And he had just bought it on a whim. Heard this album on vinyl for the first time. It knocked my dick in the dirt and blew my mind. And this is the album that solidified me as a BOC fan. Well, 77, Spectres. This album is perfect. Godzilla, The Golden Age of Leather, fucking Death Valley Nights. Oh my God, Death Valley Nights is amazing. Searching for Celine, Fireworks, Are You Ready to Rock? Who's not ready to rock when they listen to this album? Celestia the Queen, and it contains my favorite Blue Öyster Cult song of all time, I Love the Night.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And that's what I saw an interview with Sandy Pearlman, where he said that was like one of his greatest regrets when he was managing Blue Öyster Cult. He goes, we should have released that as a single.
Man, it could have been a great follow-up to Don't Fear the Reaper.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been. He's like, that's one that would have stood the test of time and would have took him to the next level. And he goes, we dropped the ball. You know, I agree.
Man.
Great song.
So what were the songs that were released for singles? Godzilla and what else?
Good Godzilla, I believe Going Through the Motions.
Wrong pick.
Yeah, I know. And I believe Are You Ready to Rock? But I know Godzilla was the first single, and then I think it was Going Through the Motions.
All right. Should have been Godzilla. I Love the Night.
And still, I don't know why it stalled. I mean, I think Godzilla in and of itself should have been like, wow, why wasn't this shit like triple platinum?
Right.
But for whatever reason. But no, I think, no, I absolutely agree. I Love the Night, I think would have got the people that like loved Don't Fear the Reaper. Like my wife, who's like a casual BOC fan, but still wanted to go. When I played her I Love the Night, she's like, oh my God, I hope they play that. I was like, I wish. you know. It's like they do play it. What I love about BOC is they are a band that mixes up the set list and does all this shit. But I don't think they've played that in the last 5 years, maybe, or something like that. Anyway, it's not a common one.
No, it's not. Every now and then.
What a beautiful fucking song, man.
It's perfect. And to me, that song it conjures up everything that I love about Blue Öyster Cult.
Yeah.
It's creepy. It's fucking atmospheric. It's nocturnal. It's romantic. It's perfect, man. So yeah, my number 1, Spectres. Yep.
All right. Well, I'll go to my top 2. And my top 2, this is one that's changed for the first time in like 20-something years. This used to be my number 1. And it might come as a shock to you, Mick, because you're stupid. Tyranny of Mutation. Oh my God. The Red and the Black. OD on Life Itself. Hot Rails to Hell. 7 Screaming Dizbusters. Baby Ice Dog. Wings Wetted Down. I think it was the second time I saw them. They played Tina Archer, and I was like, oh my God. And they did Mistress of the Salmon Salt. Oh my God, do I love this shit. This is BOC to me. To me, they never got better. As much as I love every fucking thing but Club Ninja. You know what I mean? The black and the white period is my BOC. And I love this. And for years, you know, so many people are like, "Oh, it's Secret Treaties." I was like, "No, it's Tyranny of Mutation. It's Tyranny of Mutation." And but I would say as recently as a month ago, it changed. You know,
Wow.
Tyranny of Mutation used to be my number one, but
Really?
I fucking love that album. I love everything about it. I love every track. I think it's awesome. But I gotta say, and here we go. I gotta do it again. Fuck it.
Here it
My
is.
number one. My number one. Holy shit. Holy shit. And the funny thing is, like, recently, like, over the last month, I'm like, how was this never my number one?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about Secret Treaties. Holy fucking shit. I mean, you got fucking, you know, Flaming Telepaths, Harvester of Eyes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Astronomy, Career of Evil, all this shit, you know, it's like, fuck. This is it. This is it. I think what it is I was so in love with Hot Rails to Hell
That's a
and
great song.
and OD on Life itself. I was like, oh no, that's my number one. But man, if you judge it like song for song, you know, album by album, I'm like, oh man, how do you beat fucking Secret Treaties?
Right.
You know? And I know this, you know, is an unpopular opinion to some people. Uh, my favorite live album is On Your Feet or On Your Knees because of the songs, you know, that they play and the recordings. I mean, there's great shit about Some Enchanted Evening that is amazing.
Yeah.
ETI, I fucking love. And you know, when people think about the BOC live albums, those are the main three. And then there's everything that comes after.
All right.
But it's like, to me, the black and white period, that is BOC, man. And Secret Treaties is the epitome of that.
Mm-hmm.
You take all the amazing things about the first album, you take all the amazing things about Tyranny and Mutation, and then Secret Treaties. It's like, holy shit. It's,
It's perfection.
yeah, it is. And something I noticed, like, even today, while I was getting ready to do this episode, I was like, fuck it, man. You know, it's fucking St. Patrick's Day. I'm starting early. I'm getting drunk. You know, I come out to the fucking man cave, get ready to record this, put on the headphones. And that was another thing is like listening to BOC with headphones on. I was like, man, I'm picking up all kinds of shit. I've been listening to this band for fucking 40 years, you know, and I'm picking up shit that I never heard. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Secret Treaties, that is my number one. And I got to give a big shout out to Mrs. Wazella. Look, she printed this up on the computer.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's a
I gave her the list, and I got the Secret Treaties here and everything. And so
Cool.
I love you, mwah, honey pie. I'm gonna be in the house soon, and you'll wish I didn't. Uh,
All
but
right,
yeah, that is my number one, Secret Treaties.
all right. My top two are the only albums produced by Mark Birch.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Totally get it. Yeah.
At number two, Fire of Unknown Origin.
Mm.
What you were saying earlier, Ian. Well, I mean, every song on Fire of Unknown Origin is better than Hungry Boys and Master Plan. I agree with that.
Yeah.
There's no better Blues the Cold song in my world than Black Blade. To me, that's the greatest blues. It has everything. The weirdness. You got to see the video I made for that. Because I found a lot of people on YouTube made video graphics of Blues Cult, like the first album and Tyranny and Mutations. They made it move and stuff, and I added all that into the video. But that's my favorite Blues Cult song. My second favorite Blues Cult song, which makes this album an awesome bookend, is Unknown Tongue. Black
Love it.
Unknown Tongue, my favorite songs. Well, that is my number one. Cult of Swords Directus. I love every song, but yes, Master Plan's not really that bad. I mean, the martial law. It's not really that
Marshall Plan.
Martial Plan.
Yeah.
But Hungry Boys is abysmal. I'm sorry, I don't like that shit at all. But I mean,
Hungry Boys. We're hungry boys.
but Lips on the Hill and fucking Monster. Let me tell you something about that song, Monster. I love the horns, and
That's great.
You know how I feel about horns and music, but when that horns kicks in, that song turns into a smoky cafe. You know what I mean? It's like a rocking song, and all of a sudden you're propelled into a smoky cafe with a sax player, which I find so cute.
It's like the game on Star Wars almost. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Fallen Angel. I love Lips on the Hill, and I love, of course, Divine Wind and Deadline. Amazing, all amazing songs, and I like those songs more than stuff on Fire of Unknown Origin.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the title track and Veterans of the Psychic Ward and Burning for You I'd put up there. You know what I mean? But After Dark.
I love it.
Love it.
That album smokes. I love it. It was, first Secret Treaties was my favorite album forever. Then it was Fire and Unknown Origin. And like maybe 2 years ago, it turned to Cult of Swords Directus, and it hasn't changed. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it. And that is our ranking of Blue Oyster Cult.
Yes, we did it.
All right, Ian, let's go to pick the week because I got to go to bed.
All right. Well, my pick of the week, I was going to go Blue Oyster Cult, but I was like, hey, let's go to something new I'm listening to. And my pick of the week would be the new album by Black Crowes, Happiness Bastards. And I went in this album, I'm like, yeah, Black Crowes my ass. It's Chris and Rich. Okay, you got Sven, who's been there since 97. I'm like, is it really a Black Crowes album? And some that's justified to a reason. But it's a really good fucking album.
Cool.
There's two ballads on there that are two ballads too many. None of them are fucking, like the old school shit. But the rest is like really good. It's a really good Black Crowes album. I was very surprised, very happy by it. And I love it's 10 songs. It's like 40 something minutes, doesn't overstay its welcome. It's a rock and roll record, man. It's in, it's out, bam. Good songwriting, good singing, good musicianship. Wish Mark Ford was there, but he's not. But nah, man, it's good. Black Crowes, Happiness Bastards. Pick of the week. Mick Twatkins.
Yeah. Pick of the week. Oh man, I've got two in my mind. The first two albums that popped up into my mind. So which one will I go with? This is an episode on Blue Oyster Cult. Anybody that's listening to this is gonna know and love Blue Oyster Cult. I was gonna say their live album from 2002, I think, Long Day's Night.
Great one, DVD and a CD.
That's a good fucking album, man. Before this last one came out, the 50th anniversary first album, live album, I was going to say that was my fucking favorite live Blue Oyster Cult album.
Yeah, recorded in Chicago, Navy Pier.
Oh, nice. I did not know that. But earlier I know you were saying that Bobby Rondinelli wasn't a good fit for BOC. But man, I think on that live album, I think he fucking slays, dude. That's one of the biggest things I like about that album is the heaviness of the drums. And probably this might be a little crazy to some BOC fans, but that version of Astronomy, I think is my favorite version of Astronomy. Long Day's Night. It's a good fucking album, man. Good fucking album. And let me sneak one more in there. The other album I was thinking of is, were you guys fans of Enforcer?
Yeah, yeah. My drummer was an Enforcer.
Who was?
Yeah, my Brian
Oh, no shit.
did a tour with them. They came down here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
love
did not know
Enforcer.
that.
Awesome.
Cool.
Especially
Yeah,
that
I was.
first album.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I was just gonna bring up their latest album from last year. It's called Nostalgia. It's fucking awesome, dude.
But good. You know what? I wasn't a fan of the one before that.
I wasn't either.
So
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Check it out, dude. It's got a really cool song. Once we end this, check out the song Heartbeat or Heartbeat. It's fucking cool, man. It's like early 80s, new wave of British heavy metal greatness, but for the new modern era. Enforcer kicks ass. Enforcer nostalgia. Sorry, I had to pick two.
Right on. My pick of the week is a band that's heavier than Oasis.
Here's why.
Cheap Trick.
Yes.
First Cheap Trick album.
Perfection.
Let's see Oasis try to do something as heavy as Ballad of TV Violence or He's a Whore or Hot Love or Hello Kitties. They're a much better band than Oasis.
They destroy Oasis.
Destroy them badly. You know? And they're still around, unlike Oasis.
Right.
The first Cheap Trick album, their Cheap Trick's never made an album like that since.
No.
There's never been an album as raw. The closest
and
they
dark.
was that 96 album, or was it 97 or whatever?
97.
Yeah, that's the closest to like that grimy, heavy. What Jack Douglas did on that first album, freaking amazing.
That's a very dark album, you know.
Very dark. Taxman, Cry Cry. Yeah. Oh Candy about.
I love Oh Candy.
Yeah. Oh Candy.
One of my favorite songs.
They had a roadie called Eminem.
Yeah.
And he died of a heroin overdose. And that song Oh Candy's about him.
Yep.
God, what a great album. Amazing album.
Oh.
And better than Oasis.
Right.
Well, if I knew we were going to pick, shit that was heavier than Oasis, I would have picked the debut album from Seven Mary 3.
Oh, God.
But, hey, it's cumbersome. I understand. But, fuck it. Let's go into fan of the week. No, great pick. Cheap Trick. Fucking 77.
First album.
How do you beat that shit?
Nope.
You can't.
All right.
Yeah.
Fan of the week, once again.
You can't beat it, especially if you're Oasis.
There you go.
Once again, I got to do two fans of the week. I know what you're doing there. God damn it. Dick Twatkins, man. Back to back. We've never had a back-to-back guest.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
You should feel honored, man.
Dude, man. I do.
Everybody was so happy to see you last week on the show.
Oh, yeah. It got a great buzz.
Cool. Yeah. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Got to admit, I was a little nervous. coming on with you guys. Two legends, man. But
no, I get it because you're not very good at this. You're not a handsome man.
You're a liar.
You're not signed to a major label. But no, we love
that,
you, brother.
Man. Fuck that. Wild Ride.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Amazing band.
Everybody check out Wild Ride. Go on Spotify. Fucking, Amazon.
The reason Wild Ride is not on a major label because major labels don't exist no more.
Facts.
I was kidding.
Fucking facts, Ralph. Same for Thrasher. Same for Thrasher Die.
Thrasher Die was offered a big label, a pretty good deal. But
no.
I'm sorry. They weren't offered a good deal, but we were offered a record contract with a very popular record company. I won't name who they are, but they wanted us to pay them $5,000, and they own the rights to the music, but they'll distribute it everywhere.
All right.
And Ralph said, "Fuck you, Casablanca. It's 2010. Kiss my ass."
Right.
Hey man, I had my own label, and believe me, the Poser Holocaust sold over 10,000 copies. It could have sold more, but I stopped pressing them. And
you should have seen the original, like the center of the album cover. It was Ralph on the camel, but he was fucking the camel.
yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
and Humphrey Bogart was looking to the side. You know, it looked like that curly Casablanca. But the Thrash and I did very well. We toured the world, man. We did really
Cool.
well outside of the United States. We did
Of course. Right.
Germany and Australia, our two biggest markets.
That's awesome, man.
Fucking awesome, man. We got people around the world with Thrash and I tattoos. How crazy is that?
That's amazing stuff. That's what it's all about.
Nobody has a fucking Eddie and the Boozers tattoo.
Right.
No.
Hey, but you know what though? I have seen at least 2 Wild Rot tattoos. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, your mom does have 2 ass cheeks, so
she does. She does.
Damn it, brother, you are definitely a fan of the week, dude. And
thank you.
Again, you joined us. You've done amazing on this show, and people are so happy to see somebody that they've talked to online.
Mm-hmm.
You are one of the OGs, the major OGs, and you've always been here. The listeners love your band. We love your band. Amazing. But we got to do a fan of the week, and we got to pick, the short dick, redheaded, muscle bound TikTok man.
Yeah.
We got to do it. Where in the fuck is TikTok man?
Yeah.
TikTok man is probably not going to come back on this show until we do like the greatest. I don't know what's the band TikTok man liked. He wasn't a big fan of Kiss.
He liked the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Did he? He liked the Beatles. He liked the Beatles, and he liked Savage Garden.
Savage Garden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that'll drag TikTok man out of his fucking hole to defend that comment.
Right on. All right. Yeah, well, go ahead. Give your sign off. I got to go to bed.
Yeah. If you like this show, come back next week. We have no idea what we're doing next week, or if TikTok Man will be here, or if it'll be like the best of the 2 album Savage Garden release. Either way, come back next week to the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast.
Smack 'em a gob.
Yeah!